A very good morning to one and all. On behalf of Amity School of Fashion Technology, Amity University, Chhattisgarh, we welcome you all to the third day of a 5-day professional development program on innovative approaches in fashion system. To begin with today's program, allow me to invite our esteemed speaker, Dr. Vijay Gotmare, Representative Director, India, Frontier.Cool Inc., Taiwan, former head, Textile Manufacturers Department, VJTI, Mumbai. Sir's research area is chemical modification of fibers, technical textiles, nanomaterial application in textile for value addition, recycling and reuse of textile waste, and sustainable textile materials. Sir has published more than 72 research papers in national and international journals and guided more than 25 postgraduates along with 3 doctoral students. He works as Chairman Ecomark Committee of KVIC, Government of India, and has membership of several professional bodies such as Textile Association of India, Indian Fiber Society, Indian Natural Fiber Society, ICT Alumni Association. He is also serving as Honorable Chairman, JTA Editorial Board of Textile Association of India. He visited NCSU, USA to attend training programs on specialty subjects and has also visited Australia, Germany, France, and South Africa, Egypt, Mauritius, and Thailand for training and academic purposes. A patent on mosquito repellent textile material using herbal formulation is also in his credit. Today, Sir will be speaking on role of 3D digital material creation and reducing physical sample making in fashion industry. Now I request you, sir, to please address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sharing my screen.
Yes, sir.
I think the screen is visible now.
Yes, sir. You can switch to full screen mode in
Yeah.
your PPT.
Okay, done?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Good morning to one and all. I'm Dr. Gotmare here from Mumbai. I'm very much thankful to organizing committee for organizing this wonderful PDP program on emerging trends and the innovation in fashion and textile. Thanks to founder, president, chairman, president of Amity Science University, Professor Dr. Piyush Kant Pandeji, VC Amity University Chhattisgarh, the convener Professor Dr. Indrani Singh Rai, head SOFT. Madam, you have really chosen the wonderful title of this PDP program. And I think every individual who work in the fashion textile industry would be benefited this. I'm also thankful to Professor Rajiv Kumar, coordinator, who was in constant touch with me and made me possible to join this program. I'm also thankful to Dr. Pratyush Padde, then Ms. Deepthi Chaturvedi, who is the coordinator, and all those who are directly and indirectly associated with this PDP program. This 5-day PDP program on innovative approaches in fashion system would be really interesting for everyone. I am really happy indeed to share all my Frontier.Cool's innovation concept in a 3D digital material creation and reducing physical sampling making process in a textile fashion industry. On this theme, I think I will be sharing all those concepts which people would like to learn. They may enjoy this particular concept in their profession. You would like to understand certain concept in this area and definitely will be implementing in your profession. So what we would like to connect today through this content, understanding the overview of textile fashion industry, changing trend of this fashion industry, challenges of fashion industries and supplier main challenges, digital technology platform in the fashion and textile industries, and what are the innovations that are coming over there. current method of sampling technique and challenges, which is little time consuming process. And that's why this 3D creation technologies are being in the industry. We will highlight you about the 3D digital material creation system, the trend of linear and traditional workflow, and how this is having the drawbacks, and how the circular collaborative workflow is being there in the industry mode. Traditional and current digital product creation process and end-to-end digital product process implementation. And this frontiers revolutionary scalable material digitization process will try to highlight you, where we use artificial intelligence and machine learning concept, how it's create a physical properties of the material through this AL ML creation that will be highlighted. Beside this, the 3D created design also give the information about its eco impactor or eco parameter engineering system, digital material drapes, texture map, how the material behave in this draping and texture property. What are the global brands associated with Frontier.cool that will be highlighted? And surely we will try to understand what are the benefits of using this 3D material creation technique. And of course, whatever business models are being there, that will be highlighted. Friends, let us have a look to our textile and fashion industry in a current scenario. No doubt we are always increasing. It's a booming industry and have a worth investing in it always. The global textile market size was valued at USD 993.6 billion in 21 and is anticipated to grow at a compound annual growth rate because of a CAGR of 4% from 22 to 30. So this shows how we are now growing in a fastest way. Of course, as the population grows, the increasing demand of apparel from fashion industry coupled with the growth of e-commerce platform is expected to drive the market growth over the forecast period. No doubt, there is a close relationship between fashion and textile. Textiles are the raw material used to create a clothing and other fashion item. That's why we always say the textile and the fashion industry, they always work together. The textile industry is a vital part of the fashion industry. Why? Because we are providing the raw material to you. Our country is one of the leading producers of textile in the world. The country has a long history of producing high quality fabric and garment. And the today's trend, you might have seen that there are so many brands are being coming up and shows very different materials, what is being innovated in the recent days. Besides this, the India's ready-made garments export to see in a CAGR of 12 to 13% and will surpass a $30 billion by 2027. A domestic textile market and apparel industry stood at $152 billion in 21, growing at a CAGR of 12% to reach $250 billion by 2025. So this shows how textile and simultaneously the fashion industries are being growing. Friends, in every growing industry, there are the challenges, and how we face these challenges, they are more important. How we can use our skill to face these challenges. So challenges and textile fashion industries are in India. They have so many parameters are there. The global market tariffs and non-tariff barriers coupled with the quota are posing a major challenges with the Indian textile industry. And more important is the environmental and social issue are also some of the challenges for the textile industry in India. Why the global textile and apparel industry undergoing a challenging period? The reason is that several structural changes have led to a new business environment that the global textile industry needed to adapt and still do. Why are the challenges faced by fashion industry in 2022? Because you know the period before 2022 was a pandemic period. Everybody was facing the problem. I think only the online connectivity was only the workable platform in those days. And that's why we feel that the digital area seems to be very important in a coming time. These challenges pertain to logistics, social media, marketing. The changing behavior of the consumers are some of the challenges faced by industry in the previous year. Now, the sourcing executive also have a big interruption in their activity. The challenges facing the sourcing people are something as shipping disruptions, harbor shutdowns, port congestion, container shortage, and capacity issue have all contributed to delay. Now the sourcing executive challenges, we have a solution, and that solution is, I think, a digital activity. Friends, what are the current challenges facing the fashion industry are being highlighted in this slide. You will find that the talent deficit is one of the area. To attract the talent, I think the apparel industry must increase minimum wages. They eliminate unpaid internship and hire from the wide circle. Fashion public images offer job seekers little encouragement with concern over the environmental and social impact limiting appeal. I think business must also be post-pandemic desire by contributing to offer flexibility. That's why this seems to be very important, that a talent deficit to be overcome. And of course, we have to work on the lower wages and poor conditions in supplier factories must be addressed, of course, with a few factories like this. Now, the another parameter, what we found over here in this area is a sustainability gap. All of you know now there is a terms and implementation of this sustainability parameter in every apparel and the garment. A fashion rank among the world most popular industries contribute 8 to 10% of global carbon emission, according to the UN news. With consumer demanding involvement and regularity action, such as New York Fashion Sustainability and Social Accountability Act, adding a pressure of this. The 50% of fashion executives cited sustainability as a top 3 concern, according to this McKinsey observation. With 70% of emission resulting from manufacturing, business must turn to sustainable material that they are from recyclable area, regenerative area, responsibly resource area. That's why most of this fashion brand people are now working on recyclable system. So this is the advantage of having this sustainability parameter in a fashion garment. So adopting the one demand manufacturing model, which also be crucial, and that has created an emission-free process where every garment is produced according to the customer's precise measurement. And definitely this eliminates the overproduction, minimizes return, and drastically cut emission. Even the 3D fabric creation is also helping in this sustainability gap area. The third parameter, which seems to be, I think, a concern for everybody, the unnecessary textile waste. Why this textile waste has been generated? There are several reasons. Despite the significant environmental cost of producing garment, much of it is deposited into a landfill within a year pattern. Globally, you are aware that fashion creates 40 million tons of textile waste annually. And this to be taken definitely a concern. Now, another parameter we have to highlight is a changing desire. The changing desire is one of the area where we have to focus, and then to explore opportunities such as blockchain and digital fashion and industry grows in a fashion NFT virtual world. With 71% of consumer willing to shop more with brand than incorporate augmented reality into the customer journey. This is an area retailers must also consider. So this will definitely help us in providing this attempt on changing desire of the person and then acting on it positively. Very interesting parameter. Another is a supply chain bottleneck. Fashion intricate supply chain is suffering from unprecedented disruptions, from materials scarcities to staff shortage, logistic delay, and energy crisis. Combine this issue, push up the cost of manufacturing and distribution. To minimize this disruption, companies must rethink their sourcing strategies and build greater flexibility into their supply chain. All brands should work with suppliers to scale up nearshoring, moving manufacturing operations closer to its customer to avoid material supply bottleneck, minimize shipping cost, and continue providing near instant delivery. This way, I think the spiraling returns are also the concern. What is being observed that the customers are also returning large number of purchase with 20.8% of goods now return on average in one of the study by this National Retail Federation. To reduce the fashion e-commerce return rate, the brand must analyze the return data to uncover patterns and learn customer behavior and characteristics that are likely to contribute to the issues. More often that not retailers will find product charity in the primary issue, with up to 70% of the return due to poor fit and style. So here is a research and development required to study on this fit and style area. Friend, this problem can also be minimized by using a concept of combination of computer vision, 3D matching technologies, and machine learning. And retail business fashion can offer customer personalized, trustworthy size and fit recommendation and photorealistic virtual on experience for just 2 photos concept. And I'm sure this rising this spiraling return will be definitely minimized. Another interesting parameter that we have to focus is the rising distress. We found that as much as 60% of fashion's eco-claim have been classed as unsubstantiated or misleading by changing market foundation. With fashion among the industries trusted least by the consumer, I think one of the studies observed that these sustainability claims are being taken care during producing the garment. So standardizing can also help the HIC index, for instance, provides a standardized way for brand to measure environmental and social impact across a product's lifestyle. Diversity and inclusion is another challenges, and building diverse team and involving employees in a key decision-making process will be a vital, and that can be the solution for these particular challenges. Of course, last and essentially important is the size and fit. Sizing continue to pose a significant problem for fashion consumer, with 62% struggling to find clothing that fit. Now we have also the solution of this issue by using the 3D looks U-Fit concept. And of course, the digitized technology will definitely solve this size and fit issue very easily. Now, if we look into our theme now regarding this 3D platform creation, friends, this digital technology platform in the textile and fashion industry is what exactly? So what are the applications of this technology in the textile manufacturing? So there are 3 areas: digital technologies such as 3D printing, digital printing, radio frequency identification, and the computer vision in textile manufacturing are some of the areas what we are adopting now. How has the digital technologies changed the fashion industry? Definitely. The exponential growth in the use of digital technology has empowered them. They want to interact and belongs, influence, and be a brand from which they buy. The various software used in the fashion industries are there, and the major one is the maker making software is another of the most recognized software in the fashion industry. And its main benefit is that it let you save on the fabric. And that is the advantage of this. Can digital technology transform the fashion industry? Definitely. The digital transformation of the fashion industry is always there with the specific focus on 3-dimensional digital technology technique. Which software dominates the design industry? The software that dominates all other is a computer design. I think this CAD software we are learning from right from our initial days when we entered in this textile and the fashion study, and it helps to desire to create a design as a digital image. It saves the time and energy of the designer, and that is why this CAD software seems to be interesting. I think it is very interesting to listen to one of the lecture from first day on this smart factories and digital innovations. What are the digital innovations we implement in textile and fashion industry, and what are their roles? So that you can see in this particular slide. We know we heard about the artificial intelligence, machine learning, the VR and AR, big data analysis, social media, on-demand manufacturing, AWS and IoT. What are their role in actual work? How they perform? What is the use of this particular innovations in our fashion industry? So that help you something like this, that the AI is helping us for fashion design creation, real-time data, recommendations, forecasting, and trend analysis. Machine learning speak about the product development, demand forecasting, complex data analysis. See, our frontiers technology, which is based on AI and ML combination. Then the virtual reality is helping us to create a virtual world, 3D body scanning, customer experience monitoring, virtual stores, and metaverse society. We have listened on very first day about this metaverse in detail, so I don't want to explain this further. And the big data analysis help us enables real-time personalization based on purchase history and preference. Explore influence to enhance curation function with the help of social media, satisfies every individual customer's need and automation on demand manufacturing area. And then the AWS locomotive for innovations by providing the cloud computing platform. IoT, Internet of Things, enables variable, optimized product assortment, and customized recommendation. So these are some of the interesting digital innovations. And I think in the coming time, we'll find there will be more digital innovations. I think most of the universities in the international area, they're working on that. And they are sorting out the problem which are being facing in this existing innovations. Friends, now let's look at now this scenario of current method of sampling technique and what challenges we face. Prototype sample is ideally a fit sample, and a pre-production sample and maybe even the photo samples are some of the methods we follow. How has a virtual sampling changed the fashion industry? So it's very interesting to understand. When we talk about the fashion industry's technology like virtual sampling software have completely changed the game for brand. Through this technology, the designers do not have to go through a lengthy process of traditional physical sampling. And this is the main clutch of this, I think, the Frontiers approach, how they can change the traditional sampling problem through their technology. You will iterate through multiple samples until the product and quality aligns with your vision. The goal of the sampling process is to get to an approved sample as quickly as possible. All of you know this physical sampling process is one of the lengthy process. Now we have to find a solution of this on this lengthy process. The solution to this current method of samplings are being illustrated over here. So one of the interesting area is digital sampling technologies required brand to change their approach, but could significantly speed up lead time and reduce waste. So unless until you introduce this particular digital sampling technique, we will not come to know how this has been helping to you. Brands and retailers are looking at ways to reduce lead time, including harnessing new digital sampling technologies. Simplifying the process could help you to improve the fit and therefore the brand loyalty and reduce the industry's waste. So our main area is to reduce the industry waste by using this digital 3D sampling technique. Software suppliers, universities, those who are in the research area, and future thinking fashion brands are working on developing a range of new technologies that could allow sampling to take place digitally through the use of tools such as 3D design, 3D printing, and virtual reality. As digital technology, including computer graphic software, has also available for a fashion and textile designer, digital aesthetic have provided the inspiration for new design idea and visual expression. The digitalization, how 3D support the fabric creations and selling process. So this particular slides will help you to understand how and why digital fabrics are created, why there is a need to do this. Global partnership between fashion brand and their supplier must become more digital. This is only for attaining our sustainability goal. All of you know the Vizu, a leading provider for material digitalization technology, look into the specific of digital fabric creation process. Fabric swatches are digitized at a brand's headquarters. These brands are digitized physical fabric swatch for 3D design, prototyping, and e-commerce purpose. The typical time for design request to an approved digitized material with conventional process can take up to more than 4 to 20 weeks. So when you create a physical sampling till it reach to your actual client for realization, it will take at least more than 3 to 5 months. Because of this insufficient and time-consuming process, there has been an increased push to move the digitization of fabric from brand to the supplier, reducing this process to just a few days. So they claim that within 3 to 4 days, the digitized version of the sample is being created, and that is ready to use for creation of garment. Just an introductory note on this digital fabric, what it is, what exactly it means. Friends, if you see our normal fabric material, we always see it is having the warp and weft if it is a woven fabric. If it is a knit fabric, we have only the one single thread. We cannot say that in the knitted fabric there is a warp and weft. And then we have another area is a non-woven fabric. There is nothing like the existence of warp and weft there. It's a totally different technology. Now, in digital fabric is a representation of a physical fabric that can be used in 3D design environments such as Browseware and the Glow 3D, which is the fashion design software. Sometimes we call this as the digital twin also. Digital fabric must reflect the visual and physical character of their real-time counterpart, having the same drape, weight, and texture, and behaving the same under the light and in the motion. So whenever a digital fabric is being viewed by a designer, the garment designer, the fashion designer, he has to take all those look, something like a drapability, the structure, how it looks under different light and in the motion, what kind of the drapability characteristic it show. So to do this, digital material consists of two components. That is, one is a physics and other is a texture. The physics meant to say all the physical properties associated with that. Why these digital fabrics seems to be important nowadays? Why? Because the digital fabric offers the fashion industry many advantages. Those advantages I think we'll see in the coming slide. This material, the digital material, allow designers to iterate and visualize new style much faster than traditional physical sampling allows. Because you can make this fabric the way you want. You can turn the fabric, make a design, whatever type of design you create based on those software. So it is very easy to handle. Take designers and pattern makers rely on accurate physics measurement to begin fitting garment in the 3D before a physical prototype is ever made. Allowed many companies to greatly reduce physical sampling, thereby decreasing waste and time to the production. And that is one of the objectives of introducing this 3D design, 3D creation material, and conserving resource associated with the manufacturing, shipping, and storing garment sample. So this is the reason why we say the digital fabrics seems to be very important. Friends, whatever I just show you, I think this is the revolutionary scalable materialization process is our frontiers activity. I think the coming slides, I think this will elaborated. Now we will see once we create a 3D digital sampling process, what are the benefits of this sampling material to us. So one of the advantage of this 3D digital sampling technique is to reduce time to market, cost saving, enhance collaboration and communication, increase design iteration and variation, sustainability and environmental impact. Little elaborative concept in each area will help you to understand this concept more easily. When you say about the reduced time to market, everybody want that your product should go to the market as fast as possible. Before somebody copy your design and so and so. So in the reduced time to market, the advantage is that a faster design iteration and the modification is one of the concept. Instant visualization, virtual visualization and prototyping, real-time feedback and approval process, accelerated product development timeless. These are the advantages. Definitely in the cost saving area, as we are eliminating the physical material cost, so the company will definitely save the cost in that area. And reduction in the production and goes to labor costs also. Minimize shipping and transportation expenses are being there. Efficient utilization of resources are being there. There's the advantage of that. Of course, this digitization also enhance collaboration and communication. Seamless remote collaboration is one of the advantage of that. Simultaneous participation of the stakeholder is one of the key area. Clear and precise communication of the design intent is the advantage. Global accessibility and scalability. Once you make your digitized sample library, I think this library will be accessed globally, many number of people. That is the advantage of this 3D creation fabric. Of course, increased design iterations and variation are the area where we have the freedom to explore numerous design possibilities. Easy customization and personalization, rapid experimentations and optimization, enhance creativity and innovation. So the big advantage over here is to enhance creativity and innovations. Beside this, we have another benefit of this digitalization technique, the sustainability and environmental impact. As you know, every fashion producer, the garment producer, would like to have a tag on his garment about that the garment is a sustainable garment. It has a less impact. There is no much water is being used in this garment. There is a controlled carbon footprints are there. So these are some of the parameters the manufacturer would like to highlight. So this will be help us to minimize material waste and landfill impact. Even our 3D creation material also read the eco-compactor that we'll discuss now shortly. Conservation of resources, compliance with eco-friendly practices, reduce carbon footprint through fewer physical samples and transportation. It is also helping to enhance the design process. Virtual visualization and modification of design, improved accuracy and precision in the pattern making. I think increased design exploration and creativity. I think my fashion group experts will definitely understand the enhanced design process means what. Of course, it also helps in a streamlined collaboration, improved communication between designs, manufacturer and stakeholder, virtual fit session and remote collaboration, faster feedback loops and reduce error. So these are some of the important advantage of this 3D printing, 3D design creation methodology. Friends, you may be also thinking, what is the impact of this 3D material creation on the fashion industry? How the fashion industry becoming more efficient, easy, and finding the cost saving also by using this technology. The impact shows that there is a revolutionizing the supply chain, speed to market and reduce the lead time, improved agility and responsiveness to the trend, faster product development and increased competitiveness. These are some of the revolutions we'll find in the supply chain management. And above all, we'll find this enhancing customer experience. Personalized virtual try-ons and virtual showrooms are some of the examples on this 3D digital creation process. Definitely, this is an enhanced online shopping experience. Most of you might have experienced this online shopping. You know that whenever we see any online product, the product is a virtual product, is a digital product. So when your actual product comes to your home, then we'll definitely correlate that digital product with the live product which you see. And I'm sure with this embedded AI and ML technology, the material which being created on a digital platform is exactly matching with the conventional fabric, the original fabric. And of course, this 3D material creation also increase customer satisfaction and reduce return. So these are some of the advantage of this 3D material creation and its impact on the fashion industry. Friends, some of the challenges and consideration are also important in this area. What we like to highlight to you that initial investment and the infrastructure requirements are some of the parameter. Training and adoption of 3D design softwares are being there. We should have the hardware and software compatibility, and we have to work on that. Skill gap and talent acquisition. Upgrading the skill of designers and pattern making, and then hiring or training 3D specialists. Integration with existing process, the collaboration between the 3D designer and other stakeholders are important. Interoperability with other software system that we have to look into. Realistic presentation indicate you the accurate rendering of fabric properties and the texture, ensuring proper fit and draping on virtual model. Data security and intellectual properties are some of the area. Protecting digital asset and design, these are some of the consideration in this. Maintaining confidentiality and preventing unauthorized use. So these are some of the challenges and the consideration when we operate this 3D material creation platform. Let us see now what is the role of this AI and artificial intelligence and machine learning in 3D sampling creation, how it creates an eco parameter and the physics that we call as the physical parameter properties of the fabric. And all this is nothing else than harnessing the power of technology in the textile industry. Friends, this utility of AI and ML in the fabric design is helping us when we use AL/ML algorithm to generate the unique fabric design for our application purpose. Pattern recognition and the analysis for creating new design is another application of this. Customization and personalization of the fabric pattern. And very, very important is that this AL and ML embedded technology is providing us an eco parameter of the fabric. That is the sustainability aspect of the fabric, which that means understanding the environmental impact of textile production. Eco parameter measuring the ecological performance of fabric. The role of AML in eco-computer calculations and analysis is very, very important. This digital sampling creation also helps to understand the physical properties of the fabric. The importance of physical properties in a quality assessment, because the physical properties seems to be very important when a designer is creating any garment. AI/ML technique for measuring and predicting fabric properties are important. An example of physical properties such as strength, elasticity, and abrasion resistance. This technology also helps to understand the quality control and inspection. AI/ML for automation fabric inspection and then detection of defects and flaw of the fabric. This is a very, very important in the quality control part. And the visual defect evaluation and the evaluation by AI/ML technology, that is a big difference. So they are quite prompt and quite perfect. Enhance quality control and reduce human error. This is one of the advantage of this area. So what is the overall advantage of this AI/ML in the textile industry is improved efficiency and productivity. Every organization they should improve the efficiency and the productivity of their work, which is totally error-free. Enhance design creativity and the innovation. Everybody want to create innovations or innovative product in the market to gain the market or to impress the people that their garment is innovative. and everybody want the sustainability parameter as a tag to their material and reduce the environmental impact. Friends, let us see this my frontier.cool approach is over here. What we do, the frontier.cool organization provide the world's first AI-powered fabric digitalization and perform, helping suppliers, manufacturers, and designers to digitize their fabric at scale. We save our customers time and money throughout their fabric digitalization journey. So this is one of the objectives of this Embrace fabric digitalization in a fashion industry. So this group, we are the group of passionate, enthusiastic people looking to transform the fashion space with the help of AI and machine learning technology. We help all customers to digitize their material and create 3D ready fabric with physical property, sustainability impact, and other metadata, transforming the way they design, produce, and collaborate, achieving faster time to market, accelerating innovation, reducing the need for physical sample, and shortening the time to take design decision. Now, in the Frontiers approach, when they implement this particular 3D design area, they expect that reducing the physical sending of sample enables sustainability is one of the issue. Of course, this technology is limited by hardware. Current method of decision is too time consuming, which will highlight to you, and unable to obtain the reliable physical properties at scale in a current physical sampling technique. And so that's why we have to go for digital. Now, why is the fabric digitization important when you are a supplier? If you look at this particular graphical area, we'll find that the brand investment in the digital product creation, they have their exponential growth right from pre-pandemic area to the current area by using this Optitex, Browseware, and Glow technology. How this material digitization solutions are being used over here? So this is a very simple process. What you have to do, your material which you would like to create a 3D design sampling, you have to use office scanner. Any conventional office scanner is required. It does not require any specialized scanner. Self-scan at a service. And this image you have to submit to this Frontier.cool AI solution cloud. And once it is being there, it will going to create a 3D ready digital material, which will help you to understand the texture map, physical properties, and fabric specification. We'll elaborate this in a next slide. So we have this particular SaaS Frontiers and DAS operation, the self-scan at source, submit the material to images to textile cloud, and then the digitalization as a service will be provided. Of course, there's the self-scan at source in-house digital product creation workflow system they work. Now come to this revolutionary scalable material digitalization process. The slide which I show in my previous area. We'll try to elaborate this. This is the main area what this designer and the fashion people and even the textile sourcing people can understand. What is the normal practice of sending your textile material to the fashion industry? You make a physical swash, write all those details to that, and the material is going physically over there, maybe by shipping and all. Now, in all this operation, you will find we consume a lot of time. It's that we call it a traditional sampling process, fabric sampling process, which takes huge time to reach to the client. So what we have to do now, the physical swash, we have to scan at a standard office scanner over here, and this images is being submitted to AL and ML power technology. Is an auto process. And once it is being submitted, it will create a digitized version of your material. You can see the gloss, displacement, metalness, all those properties are being there. So we're going to get a material specification, AI generated metadata, physical property, and more important is the environmental impact measurement. Now this this we can now shift to the fashion garmenting design. So one can create a garment based on the digital swatch, and how it reflect or there is being shown in this particular presentation. Of course, we have those design hub regarding early material concept, and the research is being there in this area. Look at this important part. Now, when this particular 3D design creation image is created, so when you look at this slide, we'll find it's reading this physical properties. It shows about the composition of the material. Okay, the yarn size, the density, the weight, the cuttable width, and kind of finish. So this data is being generated with the help of this ANML technology. Above that, it also shows you the eco-compactor, that is the environmental impact estimator, which is certified by the CONTES. The CONTES is international certificate bodies, which is helping us to understand this area. So if the material will have this eco-compactor, so it read like this. It shows the greenhouse gases, what are the results of that, the water deflation of that material, and what is the land use of this material, and etc. So this eco-compactor is one of the innovations, what frontiers they have. So besides reading the physical property, the users will also get a eco-impactor area based on this system. Now we'll see now how these supplier challenges are being taken care in this area. If you look at the current sourcing process, which this slide shows, the fashion industry is constantly advancing, changing, and reinventing itself. However, the traditional fabric sourcing process of physical fabric sampling requires suppliers to send thousands of fabric swatches to designer, brand, and houses so that they can create their design. What the suppliers has to do. The worst part is that they often select only 5% of all the samples sent. So what happened now, when we send the 100 sample to any supplier, what he does, he just need a 5% sample out of that. And the 95% sample, the physical sample, goes in the waste, or perhaps some other designer may use. So now instead of avoiding this particular waste of this 95% sample, I think we have the solution over here. So this creates a problem. It makes the apparel production process slower, expensive, and environmentally harmful. According to one of the Bloomberg, they say that the fashion accounts for 10% of the world's carbon dioxide production. So today it is necessary to include a more efficient and sustainable method. So one trend is that is making a headway in solving this problem is to digitize the physical fabric swatches. So if you see now, when the swatches are being sent to the material development, suppose 2,000 pieces are being there. So the entire process needs 3 to 5 months period, which is too long. I think it's too long for any production houses. So the one trend that is making headway in solving this problem is to digitize the physical fabric swatches at scale by leveraging the ANML technology, enabling seamless digital fabric sourcing and leading to more efficient and conscious production process. So this will help you and have a lot of advantage over there. When you see the traditional sampling technique, which we call it the current sourcing process, the creation of the fabric sample takes a series of steps. What are those steps we follow? Steps are from fiber selection, weaving, and fabric texture, then design, sizing, cutting, and saving the garment. During all this step, there is expenses in labor, time, exploitation of raw material, and considerable amount of chemical waste, natural sources, and energy. And of course, all these things, they are contributing for carbon footprint. Now, what is the solution to this? The solution to this is that digital sampling is a confection and design process done through computer. In this way, with the help of this artificial intelligence technology, the type of fiber, textural fabric, color, and print is selected for any garment, and there is a vision of a final product without wasting time and material. So that is the advantage of this current 3D material. So if you want to compare this system with end-to-end digital sourcing process, see how it is being working. As I told you, the traditional process of making sampling requires suppliers to transfer hundreds and hundreds of fabric swatches to the designer so that they can select the type of fabric, color, and print they want, and sewing machines, looms, and the garment chemical composition to make sampling model. So this is a big exercise we have to do. On the contrary, the virtual sampling, there is no demand for relocation as suppliers manage their inventory digitally through AI using standard scanner to load material and 3D design into the computer so that the designer can see the fabric, create a garment, and make any change to select the fabric they need. So this is one of the advantage of this digital material. So this is concerned with the process. If you see the time parameter in comparison of traditional and this material, so the time parameter indicate that the wait for the fabric swatches to arrive. They say it is either 3 to 5 months are there, but sometimes the shipping disruption create a lot of time. So wait for saving swatches to arrive and spend time selecting fabric, inventory management, measurement, cutting, and saving. And in a digitized, loading the material as a digitized layer by layer takes minutes, depending on the program, and the tools allow less than 3 minutes to download an accurate design model. So this is the advantage of this. If you look at the cost factor, definitely the physical construction of the design from actual fabric implies that brand, fashion houses, and designers spend on the raw material, labor investment, and creating different sample until they obtain a product that meets their expectation and the quality standard. Of course, this will definitely add the cost. This implies in the virtual sampling, this implies a considerable cost reduction since they do not have to spend on the raw material, just use the AI embedded digital fabric and adjust their 3D virtual model as they required before they create a garment. So this is the advantage of this 3D creation material. And more importantly, if you look at the environmental impact parameter, traditional sampling have the disadvantage. It predominantly harms the planet from the excessive waste generation, because the entire world is facing the problem of this waste generation. And the textile and the fashion industry, they say they are creating more waste, they're more harmful industry to the environment. So we have to just work out on that, and the main chemicals dump into the water, the air, and the soil in the textile process, and the amount of water we use for fabric processing and the energy to run all the machinery. So it produced 1.92 million tons of textile waste here. And I'm sure this virtual sampling considerably reduce the carbon footprint impact of the fashion industry on the planet, since you can see the fabric environmental impact data and select the most environment-friendly fabric that causes less harm to the environment. AI and machine learning allow us to determine the 3D digital models design, chill-outs, and proportion to obtain the ideal garment. Before its physical productions, reducing physical sampling making is being there. Of course, this particular digital technology sampling process enables Create to manage the material and fabric digitally. This process gives 360-degree visibility of their inventory management, the fabric they have at their disposal, which they can use and discard for each model without leaving the physical site. Digital fabric sampling enables effective collaboration between the team. It opens a unique communication bridge that helps all the members have access to the progress of the production process of each design. It allows users to know or measure the environmental impact of the fabric they select for each garment, allowing them to make appropriate changes for the efficient use of sources. When you see the end-to-end design sourcing process, you'll find this particular material digitization and the real-time collaboration activity reduced to 3 days. We submit this material to a production process. The 3D sampling of this frontier organization tell us that our rapid 3D digital fabric sampling techniques utilize standard scanner to upload the fabric sample, and its specification to our textile cloud platform in less than 30 seconds. And we really thanks to AI and machine learning technology that deliver high fidelity downable U3M and GLTF files. Does implementing a digital sampling process demand a high investment? No. Adopting digital sampling process in the manufacturing does not have to imply a high cost on manufacturing suppliers or the fashion brand. Buying expensive devices and the software or the product is not necessary. Hence, the different technologies platform like Frontier.cool's Textile Cloud facilitate the implementation of digital modeling creation process that is faster, more accessible and efficient, and even takes care of training and coaching of the staff to make this make its adoption as smooth as possible. So we'd like to highlight that the AI enhanced digital fabric allow a fashion industry player to become more aware of the future and the sustainable need of our planet. It accelerates the fabric sourcing, design, ideation process, and creation of the garment, resulting in a more cost-effective and time-efficient method. Friend, this technology's innovations powered by AI set the tone for the textile industry stakeholder to start adopting a new digital workflow that leaves behind excessive physical sample making, waste of natural sources, and the creation of garment that precise meet the expectation of the brand. Now, the end-to-end digital sources process, as I told you, is reducing the time from 3 to 5 months to 3 days. Now, another interesting area, because every fashion makers, fashion designer, they would like to know what is the drapability characteristic of a material. Now, this digitized 3D material, this particular slide shows is 3D textural map. How it's behave when it's being hang on a certain rod when we study the drapability table issue. So when you hang the fabric on the drape table, how the fabric shows its behavior. So 3D texture map as a surface texture, the base color and the metalness map and the transparency are some of the advantage of this 3D texture map. When you see the normal map, these two texture maps describe the bumps and the surface structure of a material to visualize how coarse or flat it is. The base color map, this texture map describes the pure color information of the fabric without the influence of shadow and highlight. So we can imagine how the digital fabrics are looking like a real fabric. Describe how reflective or metallic a material is. This is especially important for the shiny threads or glossy material like satin. The alpha map is connected to the transparency parameter. The alpha map describes how opaque or transparent a material is. So this 3D creation technology of Frontier.cool also speak about the drapability characteristic. And as I told you, this is the way we are adopting this reversionally scalable digitalization process. When we work out this traditional workflow and circular workflow, just now I explained you how the circular workflow is benefiting to design, sourcing people, production people, marketing, etc., etc. Now look at this interesting slide again. As I told you, we are creating a 3D sampling with the help of AI ML technology of Frontier.cool. Suppose you have this particular swash, which is being created as a 3D material. So it reads the fabric specification, which is being shown over here, like a content, that what is the material, the 100% cotton or the blend material, what is the yarn size, what is the density of the fabric, what are the patterns, weight, cuttable weight, finish. Now, this particular parameter are some of the requirement of a fashion designer or the fashion maker. And I think Frontier is helping. As I already explained, the 3D ready material used the help of U3M and GITF file. So texture creation is being shown over here. If you look at the right-hand side images, the physical swash and the Frontier swash. And if you see the top view of this material, the images of physical view and the Frontier AI, they are exactly as it is. So that's why this particular 3D creation technology is being helpful to designer. Yeah. Of course, texture creation and the physical properties parameters are being also highlighted. So this will help fabric designer to understand. Why frontier.cool technology is being there to use? Your returns on the investment is something like this. When you adopt this 3D creation sampling technique for your supplier, the physical sample reduction comes to the 83%. There is an opportunity of the new business. The claim is a plus 50% and increase efficiency on shared resources is a 10 by X. So this is the advantage of this particular technology. As you know, one of the top brand like Adidas, they already are linked with this organization, the Frontier. They are the accelerated design partner for Adidas. They are the sport textile and they use in the shoes, whatever textile material are used in the shoes, they're all being used the 3D design sampling material. I would be happy to share with you all this international player which are following this 3D fabric image creation technique of AI and ML based Frontier. So I think the JNB International, the White Plus, the Sunfang, the Everest people, TNT, the Henning Cloud, these are some of the players which are being there in this particular system. If you look into this European Swiss Tel Direct and this Everest Textile and Adidas sourcing limit, I will just go through and see what are the comments of these people. Those who are being utilizing this technology, what they say, for every new textile we create, there will be a digital counterpart and Frontier will be the key part of this. As the digital world continue to expand into our industry, it will become increasingly important to provide virtual material solution to our client. Everest says we have a much larger pipeline of digital materials, so it is possible to integrate DPC into the more brand inside our company. The team has demonstrated their great capability in providing qualified digital material that fits Adidas standard. So these are some of the users and their view. If you look at the implementation timeline over here, this is a technique what they call. I think that the first week activity, the second week activity, and the third week activity, and the fourth week activity on the onboard orientation. This is the methodology which is it to understand and is it to try and is it to buy and use also. Yeah. I think I'm just sharing this thing with all those educational institute and their fashion technology student. Friends, this is, as I told you in my presentation, that there's nothing to buy any hardware or any software and all. This is a subscription-based activity. And we want the student of Amity University must involve in utilizing this. So company would like to have a student-free subscription model. Of course, they have the limited utilization, but they can understand how this system works, how they can utilize this system when they go to industry. So 20 DG storage will provide them the single users, unlimited sharing will be there. They get a data backup and free 3D material. As we are now working in the new education policy and the concept of this NEP is that student must involve in the industry operation. So in that context, we feel that this particular 3D creation technique students should be familiar and they should know how to utilize this system in their actual work. Of course, the educational institute subscription models are there. They have the 100 GB storage, unlimited users, unlimited sharing, data backup. So those students affiliated to that education institute, we see that they will have a free access because we want to groom this technology in the student's mind. They should know that the future is a digital material as we are applying this digital technology in all the sector in the country. And we should not lack this technology in our textile. So this is the way how we can work out. I'm showing you one of the interesting video that is something like a conclusion of all our discussion in this video. just have a look to this video and we'll discuss a little further. 1 minute. So see, take your material slash or hanger, how the scanning is being done, how the scanned material is being created to this 3D images. 3D images, one of the things has shown to you. And see the drapability characteristic of material, how it goes on this, how these images are being created, how the garments virtual are being created from those images, how the eco-compactors are being created of fabric. Supercharge your digital product creation. Then maybe audio from design creation, 3D product design, and they say yeah. The company's website is there. Student can even look into this website and see what are the innovations are being there on their board and how they are being creating this new 3D creations, what is the client benefits and etc. is there. They can even write to me also if there are any query about this. And I'm sure will help the student community in providing this particular technology to their knowledge. They can create their own project based on this in Frontiers Association and be a digital in your business throughout. I think I have completed my presentation. I think we'll keep this forum open for question answer. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening lecture. And thank you, sir, again for introducing us to different technological innovations in this sector and current methods of 3D and digital sampling techniques, which have actually paved the way for upcoming research and innovation, sir. Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you. So I can take few questions.
Yes, sir.
Exactly 11:30, I have to link my another online activity. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Shall I stop sharing?
Yes, sir, you can stop share. We will see, sir, if there are any questions, we will be taking up.
Even I already mentioned my email ID over there. So those who have any special inquiry or want to ask some question in this area, they can write me freely. Even your organization can write us. We will see how a MOU can be created with the university. So we'll have the win-win situation. Let students involved in utilizing this particular system. It may be new to them. In fact, it may be new to the Indian industry also. Of course, I have seen the US and Europe, they're already involved in the Vietnam and all. I have seen their workshop also during my New York visit, how the cap industry is being working. So I thought, why not we implement this knowledge to the student mind first, because they will be the future technologists, future fashion designer. So this is the aspect why I joined with you people. I said, this is a good platform for me. Yeah. Okay, so I hope the participant might have convinced and they might have seen how this newer technology can be done. And I request HOD ma'am that those who have missed this presentation, I think all students may not able to join. So we'll have a separate presentation for your student. I will write a mail to you. And let us, the entire class of your first year to final should have the information about this so that they can use this technology in creating their project. Or they can have a tie with some industry in seeing how actually the 3D design, 3D creation sampling is being helping in creating final design. You can also set up in your university this particular technology.
Thank you, sir. Sure. After this PDP, I will definitely call you and we will plan.
I really thanks to you. You have touched the, I think, the current topic and really. This innovation approaches are being the need of the hours now. Yeah. Yeah. So my discussion may be in line with your theme, I think. Yes. Really innovation is there. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Okay. If
I
someone
think
wants
there is
to
no
ask,
question. Participants, if
I
you
think
directly
they're convinced, I
ask
think, with the
questions,
presentation.
I
Yeah.
think so.
But they can
For
write to me.
participants,
I'm just convey the message to all participants that they're feel free to write me. Since I was already a professor in one of the engineering college, so I is always concerned for the students' problem. Will definitely help. Yeah, you can just send a message to all participants. They can freely write a mail to me, whatever question they have. And of course, we also looking for some intern in the future for my organization from your upcoming university, which run this program. Yeah, that is a great. Yeah.
thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. We will be looking forward to connect with you in future also
Sure.
through mail and other platforms, sir.
Yeah.
So now we will be having our next speaker.
Sure. Sure. So
All
may I
right.
leave now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Pratyush. It's a very nice to meet you. And sure, I will be visiting your university as fast as possible. Yeah.
Thank
Yeah.
you, sir. It would be
Okay.
our pleasure.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, I would like to invite our esteemed speaker for the next session, that is Dr. C. Prakash, who will be speaking on innovative approaches in fashion journal publication. Dr. Prakash is currently the director of Indian Institute of Handloom Technology, Ministry of Textile, Government of India. The area of expertise of Dr. Prakash includes clothing comfort, color sensors, garment design, woven design, composites, plasma treatment, decolorization of dye effluent, effluent treatment, image processing, fabric defect detection, thermal comfort, liquid spreading properties, moisture management properties, medical textile, natural product extraction, woven fabrics, and textile finishing. Sir has a total working experience of 18 years. Sir has many grants and patents to his name. Along with that, Sir has been an editorial board member and a reviewer of many journals of repute. Sir has authored 2 books and has publication of over 200 research papers. Sir has organized over 20 national conferences and workshops. Sir has been a coordinator of many research committees, coordinator of NAAC committee, and member of board of studies of many reputed institutions. Dr. Prakash has been a gold medalist from Bethnabel Subramaniam Polytechnic, Dindingul College, for his excellent academic performance and a recipient of many such accolades. Now, I would like to request Sir to please address the gathering with his intellectual insight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Now, the panel is yours, sir. You can take over.
Voice is audible.
Yes, sir, your voice is audible and you are visible as well.
Yes, my voice is also clear now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now I like to share my screen. Now my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. Your screen is visible, but yes, now it is visible, sir. So you can press F5 for making it full screen, sir.
Yeah. Now full screen is visible now. No.
Yes, it is, sir. Thank you.
My PowerPoint is moving.
Yes,
Okay.
the slides are switching, sir. No
Okay, thank you. Check 1 second. So once again, my great apologies to Amity University people, because usually I committed on 18th of this month. Due to my official commitment, I'm not the particular day I'm not giving an art presentation. So I asked Indrani ma'am to change my slot to some other day. So madam give the slot to today. So first of all, give me my apologies to them because due to my commitment, I'm not exact date to present my level. Anyway, this
Pleasure to have you on this platform. So it's a maybe 18th or 20th, we don't mind, but we wanted you to be on this particular platform. So that
yes,
more
as
than 200 participants are there, all will be benefited by your
As academic people, we have to give a commitment. Nah, sometimes we are missing the commitment. So that's why I asked that. Apologies for that. So anyway, no issue. Actually, this session definitely as academic people, we are nowadays all the universities, government organization, whatever that we are mainly focused on NIRF ranking, national NBA accreditation. So all criteria. One of the main criteria is publication. So people think that publication is the compulsory for the all the teaching staff member in the universities or whatever the colleges, either maybe private or maybe a government organization. But people think that publication is a compulsory one. So according to our appraisal or maybe NIRF ranking, they bound to do the research work, and then that research work has to make a publication, but not to begin for this. This publication will giving a reputation to yourself. First of all, the reputation will go to the particular researcher, because you did one research work, you will get a fruitful outcome of the particular research work. That research work may be applicable to the industry. So that research work may be benefited by the industry people. So you have to share your research experience to the probably industry people or maybe research people. So you can give that. So one second. Somebody in a overview that. Sorry for that. So as that it will giving a impact to yourself, and then what research has happened in your university. So ultimately you have to branding yourself and then your university. So two opportunity you got it. Once you have to branding yourself, you have very good knowledge in the particular area, because previously introduction section that person mentioned about that my research area is comfort. If you have to go to the comfort area, means you have to Google platform, you have to search comfort properties of textile fabric. Definitely one of my paper will come to the list, and then the list also where I did the research work. So my previous I worked in Tamil Nadu, Sona College of Technology. So that college is permitted me to do more research work on comfort. So automatically throughout the world, my name, my college name, both simultaneously get a brand. And second one, I get a appreciation from that my research work. Many industry people they call me that regarding the my research work. So it giving a immense pleasure what the research work is happened in your university from individual. So individually you also benefited that, and also your university or maybe college also get a benefit of the particular research work. The outcome may be a funded project, outcome may be a patent, whatever that. Finally, that particular research work will helpful to the industry or research people. So this is the one main thing you can main consider. Don't worry about that NIRF ranking. That is some part, because as private institution, we have to establish our activity in the society. So that's one of the biggest medium is, particularly for academic people, the biggest medium is publication. So this session will give you a deep analysis about how we have to give our work converted into publication form, because we have very good knowledge skill, we have very good language skill, but we are able to fail to disseminate our research work in the society. So this session will help you to understand, not immediately, it will giving an eye-open session. One second. Visit the photograph to see our facility. They will take a video. You discuss with Anas and Printu madam. They take a video through campus. This is the real pictures. So now we go to that. So I'm also introduce myself. I'm Dr. Prakash, Director, Indian Institute of Handloom Technology from West Bengal. So today's topic is innovative approaches in fashion journal publication. So publication requirement. So why we need the publication? So everything, all academic people, they have a mind. Why I have to make a publication? What is the need? What is the requirement of the publication? First one, dissemination. What is my dissemination means? Many people they are doing their master degree and then their doctorate degree, PhD they are doing. So as per university policy, you have to publish from your research, or you have to publish one reputed journals. Then only some university, master degree also, you have to publish your paper or you have to present your paper in a conference. So, as per university norms, you have to publish your research work in a reputed journals. So, dissemination means you got to do either master degree or maybe a PhD degree. So, as a compulsory university rules and regulation, you have to publish your paper. Second one, career prospects. So, after that, I have a doctorate degree. Then I'm working as a assistant professor, associate, or maybe professor category in the particular university. As for career prospects, the requirement of NIRF ranking, NBA, so all criteria. So suppose you got to apply for some funder project means one of the evaluation criteria is publication. So according to the career prospects, we got to publish a paper. Then increment or maybe promotion, appraisal. So all the category, all the university and the government colleges, they have your norms. You got to publish at least 1 or 2 papers in a reputed journals. Third one, improve funding. So after that, I have an innovative idea, but I need a funder for the particular research work. That's why AICT, DST, DPT, all organization, funding organization, you have to apply your research idea in the particular project. So they have to fund your project. One of the main evaluation criteria is publication. So if you have to improve your publication means, improve your funding means, you have to publish in the particular core area. The fourth one is ego. So sometimes some people will jealous to do, some people may be a very good publication. So they will see that your publication due to the jealous or maybe egoist, they have to start their publication. So in my case, I am jealous to someone because in my previous college, one of the person, he published many papers. When I joined as an assistant professor at the particular college, I saw his publication. Due to the jealous only, I started my publication. So what are the many reasons for that? But in my case, I am jealous because he did a very good, wonderful research work and then he published a very good papers. Then I saw his profile, everything. How that particular person had published very good papers. Why I can't? So then I got to improve myself. Then only I got to start on my publication. Next one, patent protection. Some innovative idea we got to publish. We got to apply for our patent. So patent protection. That patent may be published in a website. So that is also patent protection. We got to publish. Then only other people they not utilize your research idea from their area. So we got to protection of our patent. Then others for 5%. They have voluntarily they have to share their knowledge. So they got to making a publication. So these are the 6 category motivation to publish from others point of view. But majority you go for that students they are doing master degree or PhD. Then second is go for career purpose. So there are 2 things. Majority university you can see that people may be having guided the students. They will having compulsory have a publication. So these are the 6 important factors from others point of view. Motivation to publish a paper in a leading journal. So now how I have to dissemination of our research work. So I have research idea, everything. So there are 6 type of way of you have to disseminate your research work. First one, you have to publish your article in a peer review journals. Then you have to publish the article in a magazine, or maybe a chapters in a book, or maybe a monograph, or you have to make a book publication. Or nowadays, people are mainly focused on the audio visual dissemination. So they have to their research work. They have to speak in a 5-minute, 2 to 3 minutes video. In the 2 to 3 minute video, they have to simply explain their research work. Make it as a videograph of presentation. So these are the dissemination method. We have to display our research work. So it will reach to the particular community, either research community or maybe academic community. So community. So these are the method we have to dissemination of our research work. So where to publish? So people will think that at the academic institution, I'm entered the new person that's like started a career as a assistant professor. So where I have to publish my paper. So these are the level. So first one is you have to publish in index journal or maybe a non-index journal or maybe a conference or book chapter. But level of difficulty is higher than in the index journal because as you know awareness about that, suppose you know about the NIRF ranking means definitely you know the Scopus cited journal or science cited index journals. So nowadays they will call science SCE journal we can normally call as SCE journal, Clarity Analyst or maybe Web of Science or maybe a Scopus index journals. So either you have to publish in the Scopus index journal or maybe a SCE index journals. Because when compared to Scopus, SCE is a high quality, very difficult to publish. So that way level of difficulty is higher than index journal. And non-index journalists, they are not cited in either Scopus or not in a SCI. So there are two category. So according to that, you got from then apart from that conference, people has to submit their paper. Suppose you're doing master degree, you can submit your paper in a national conference, international conference, or national seminar, whatever that. Then a fourth one is book chapter. So I like particular part. Suppose a comfort properties of textiles. So my part is I comfort properties of knitted fabrics. So I give you a 10 pages chapter in the particular book. So, but as a difficult point of view, it's very difficult to publish a paper in a index journals. Why means there is some peer review has happened in the particular publication, because it may be 2 or 3%. They may be having a blind review. People, unknown people, they got to evaluate your paper, and then during their suggestion, the journal will accept your paper. They may accept you, they may give you a revised paper, or they may be reject your paper. Anything may happen according to research work. So that's why we call us there is some very difficulty level to publish your paper in the index journals. So that's why Scopus and then SCIs are there. So these are the level of difficulty you got to publish your papers. But nowadays, as NIRF ranking, they did not consider that conference paper. They mainly consider either book chapter or maybe index journal. They not even consider as a non-index journal. Non-index journal means they are not indexing either Scopus or SCI, because many magazines are there. But if you very good quality work, you have to publish in the non-index journals means they are not counted for the NIRF ranking or NBA. Either maybe a Scopus index journal, or maybe ACA, or maybe a UGC care list journals. There are three categories. As per Indian policy, Indian university, they always ask that whether the journal is available in the UGC care list. UGC separate website is there. In this website, they got to publish there whatever journal you got to publish. If your published journal is available in the list means that journal is we call as UGC care list. So apart from that, Scopus listed journal is there. ACA, normally they call it Clarity Analyst. Previously we called as Web of Science. So these are the category you got to publish your paper in the reputed journals. So next one, you got to first of all think that journal selection. Choose appropriate journal as per your research. Suppose your research work is fashion design, or your research work may be a textile, or your research work may be a dyeing area, or your research work may be natural fibers. So according to research area, you got to choose the journals. Suppose my research area is comfort properties of cotton fiber. Suppose I like submitting paper in a fashion journal means normally the fashion journal not accept the fiber research area, because their main motto is to publish paper in a fashion design area. They are not accept your paper in a fiber sense, because it's textile, pure textile. So according to your research area, you have to choose your journals. Either you're in a fiber area, or yarn area, or fabric area, or maybe a finishing area, or maybe a fashion design area. So according to your research work, you got to choose your journal. Next one, from your choose journal is either cited by UGC approved list, or maybe Scopus or ACA. These are three categories. Definitely you have to check. There are many pre-treat journals out there. They are fake ID, fake website. They have to influence that. They misuse that publication process. They ask money from the particular author. They are charges from 2,000, 3,000, 5,000, 10,000. Within 7 days or within 24 hours, they publish your paper. Their journal publications is not counted by UGC or maybe Scopus or ACA. So you very careful think that before submit your paper, before publish your paper in the particular journal, the particular journal is indexed in either UGC approved or either Scopus or ACA. So next one, you should know about the publication time. Suppose some ACA journals, they have to take a time of 1 year of time. Suppose your paper is accepted in 23 January. They may publish in 24 January. You have to wait for another 1 year. But as a appraisal or from yearly pattern increment, you have to show your publication in a particular year. So you have to check that before submit your paper in the publication of journal. What is the time duration to publish a paper? Either 3 months, 6 months, 8 months. Up to 8 months, okay. But above 1 or 2, 1.5 year, 1 year means because suppose your paper is accepted in 2023, they may publish 2024 June means 23 you have no publication. As appraisal point of view, NRF point of view, you have the particular no publication. So you keep in your mind what is the publication time of the particular journal. Either maybe a Scopus, SCA, UGC approved journals. Before that, you check that what is the time duration they acceptance after they publish a paper in the online. So keep on checking that. It may be 4 to 6, 8 months is okay. Above 1 year, 1.5 year means better not to submit to the particular journal, because the particular you don't have any publication means your appraisal, your NAF, college NARF ranking may be affected by the process. Next one, either journal is a paid one or unpaid one. But my suggestion is don't go to the paid one, because all the SCA journals, that payment is very high. You have to pay minimum 50,000. That predatory journals, fake journals, they are asking 5,000, 8,000, 10,000. Don't publish those kind of journals, because they are the money made people. They are misuse the publication process. They simply send you, maybe you are an academic line, your email ID available in your college website or maybe LinkedIn or social platform. They randomly copy your email and then they will send you email to you. You got to publish, send your paper to our journal. We are immediately having a publication within 7 days or within 24 hours. We will publish your paper. So those normally these kind of activity, either Scopus or GC journal, they not encourage. They will not any mail to the author to publish, to send your paper to the particular journal. But the fake journal and the predatory journals, they will send randomly, frequently send to the author. Regarding that, you send your paper. So this kind of not practice not happen in SCA journals. If you need means you have to approach the journal. They never approach to you to submit your paper in the particular journal. So this is the one. So my suggestion is don't go for the paid one, because it not up to the, if you have financial level is good means you can go for the paid one. But my suggestion is don't go the paid one, because as you go to the SCA journal means the payment is 50,000, 1 lakh, 1.5 lakhs. So think like that. According to financial position, you have to decide at that. Suppose you have a funded project. The funded project, there is some fund allotted for the publication. That time you can utilize the paid journals. But whatever that, as a point of SCA journals, both are equal, paid and unpaid. Process is same. Due to the journal's reputation, they are maintaining their website, everything. They may charge to the authors to pay the amount, but depends upon your financial position. You have to decide that either go for paid one or unpaid one. But my suggestion is go for the unpaid journals. The next one, same category I explained that. So non-index journals, paid and non-paid, but always don't go for the non-index journals. It's not counted for your appraisal or maybe NBA NAC process. So always go for index journal. Either the journal may be a Scopus or is maybe SCA or UGC CARE. That journal may be a unpaid one, paid one. So my suggestion is always go for unpaid one. Don't go for the paid one, because paid one, if you go the SCA journal means very costly. So you have to make minimum 50,000. Imagine that you have to publish, already you made a research work, you have to spend some money. Then again, you go to journal publication, you got to pay paid means it's also huge pressure for your financial activity. So better my suggestion, don't go for the paid journals. So these are the SCA indexing services are there. Mainly I focus on SCA only, not for Scopus. In SCA, there are different categories are there. SCA means Science Citation Index. E means expanded. Nowadays, expanded means category wise they have the expanded. Top 25. They nowadays they call for that top 25 and then remaining 25. They call some categories there. So they call us is Science Citation Index Journal. Then this one purely for social science they have some SSCI, Social Science Citation Index. Then you are in the art community background means they have AHCA, Arts and Community Citation Index. And then now we go for the emerging area citation ESCA, and the book citations also there. Conference proceedings also citations, they call it CPCA. But better either go your journal is available in SCA or maybe ESI. So these are the two categories more important for the publication sector. So your published journal is indexed in SCA. Because why I go for SCA means instead of Scopus every year they go to revise the list. Suppose you publish one paper in this particular journal. Unfortunately, next year that particular journal not available in the Scopus. Due to some evaluation process, the Scopus index service, they got to remove the journal list. So this year journal may be available. Next year they may remove that. So if you publish the paper in 2024, but this accepted in 2023, but 2024, that journal is not listed in the Scopus, means your publication not counted in the index journal. They can consider as a non-index journals. So that's why in SEA, that problematic problem is not happening in SEA. SEA means the journal is available in the SEA index, means they never change the list. So it's always available in the index area. That's why I suggested that you have to publish your paper in a particular SEA index journals. One second. Next one. So what makes us an SEA? SEA, ISI, they're same category. So first one, they have a strict referring process. Maybe reviewer, maybe 4 or 6, sometimes maybe 8 reviewers. So normally it's maybe 2 or 4 reviewers. They have to evaluate your submitted papers, and then according to the reviewer's suggestion, they may accept your paper, or they ask the revise your paper, or they may rejected one. Most probably, if you have to submit your paper in a journal, means you have to check that whether the journal having a how much acceptance percentage. If the acceptance percentage is 40 to 50, means you can submit your paper. If the acceptance is below 20% means better avoid to submit your paper in the particular journal, because they have a 80% chance of reject your papers. They expect highly quality papers. So from starting stage, we have a little bit struggle to giving a highly good research work. So your research work maybe you know that level of your research work. Suppose your paper is very good one, you can submit the particular journal. Otherwise, you think that what is the worthy of your paper. So you check the journal website, what is the percentage of acceptance. If the percentage is above 40 means acceptance percentage means you can submit paper. Suppose the acceptance rate is below 20% means my suggestion is don't submit to the paper in the particular journal, because you from starting stage, but you have a think that your paper is worthy means you can submit the paper. Then according to that, you particular journal may be a reputed one, and then it's maybe available in the category of ISJ journal list, and then it have a very good branding. And then before submitting your paper, you ask your community people whether about the quality of the particular journal, whether journalist name is there, is a very good journal, everything. You ask your guide or maybe your colleagues or your friends, they are working in the another institution. Example, you can say that IJFTR. This is a textile based journals, journalist in Indian journal. If you have to publish your paper in a IJFTR journal means all textile people, they will respect you, because their journal is very difficult to publish a paper. So IJFTR from textile community people, they publish your paper in IJFTR means they will recognize you, they respect you. Otherwise, if example, Journal of Textile Institute, University of Manchester, they will run the journal name is Journal of Textile Institute. If how to publish your paper in a particular journal means throughout all world textile people, they will admire you, they will respect you, because that kind of capability respect to the particular journal. If your article published in a Journal of Textile means it's a proud moment of your research work, because that journals have universally all the textile people, they go through the particular journals, they see what are the research work is published in the particular journal, they respect the article published in the particular journals. So if your paper is published in the particular journal means you will get a credit for that. Your university or you maybe yourself, definitely you are to proud to say that your paper is published in the particular journal. So that is the difference making from non-index journal, index journals. So next one I suggested that keeping records of what you read. Most probably as academic people nowadays we are due to the heavy busy time schedule, we are not reading ourselves, because before that teaching is the only medium we have to do. Nowadays all admin work, we have lot of admin work we have. Instead of teaching 80% having admin work, clerical work we have. So we lost our reading capability because in our college time, our professor before come to the class, they would sit in the library. They have to 1 to 2 hours prepare in the library, and then they come to the class. As nowadays, due to the modern world, we have no time. So before 10 minutes or 15 minutes of class, we have to prepare ourselves. This happened. Don't want to comment further due to the heavy pressure for academic load and then admin load. So I don't want to interfere with the particular activity. So whatever that, at least per day 1 hour for reading purpose. Suppose your research area is pattern making. So what are the new innovations in the pattern making area? Go to the internet. What are the area paper published in the pattern making? What are the new innovation method? Anything new design? Anything is there? So at least spend 1 hour to download the particular data and record it in some Word file. Because suppose you start to research work. I started research work in natural dyes application in a fashion area. So what are the natural dyes are available? What are the publications in the natural dyes past 10 years? So you made you download the PDF from the various journals and record the data and go through the data. According to the data, what is the author's intake? What is the benefit for the particular article? What is the limitation of the particular study? What are the questions in your mind? Everything you will make a data. Then it will giving a guidance for your research work. Suppose if you have to start your PhD, so now you are in a MSc or maybe MTech, whatever that. Next year you are going to register PhD degree. Before that, you have to plan for that. You have to download. Suppose your area is natural dyes. So before that, you have to download that 500 article from the different journals, and then you have to formulate that from your region. Some natural dyes are available, so you take the particular natural dyes. Already previously people published the particular area. So what are the property they are checking? What are the advantage of the particular natural dyes? What is the drawback of natural dyes? What is the limitation? So you can make a chart and then make a plan. After that, you have to do your research work. Without pre-planning of research work, if you do suddenly do the research work, it's not easy to happen. Preliminary work is more important for your research work. Publication, research work, whatever that. Preliminary, you got to read more literature survey. After literature survey, what are the research gaps? Then finally, you got to do your research work. So this is the one method. When I was attending one session in IIT Kanpur NPTEL online course, that time this is a traditional method. Now we told them, Blackboard teaching which is the best one. We have a PowerPoint presentation, we have a video presentation. Apart from that, still people are tell that Blackboard teaching which is the best one. So using Chalkpiece from Blackboard teaching method is still now it's the best method. It's an old conventional method for teaching, but people believe that method of teaching is the best one. Instead of the PowerPoint presentation, instead of that video presentation, or whatever the latest technology will come, smart board, whatever that. But still people believe that traditional method, Blackboard teaching is the best one. This is the old one. So whatever that, collection of data is more important for the research writing. So choosing a publication, first you have to factor to consider scope of the journals, then you focus on impact factor, and then reputation of the particular journal, and the journal policy. What are the paid journals? What is the duration? What is the how many reviews you have to evaluate the paper? What is the duration of the time? What is the font size? What is the format of the particular journal preparation? What is the total words probably in the manuscript? And then reference style, and then figure resolution. Everything you have to the journal policy. The fourth one, accessibility of the journal article. It's easy to download the paper, or if you have to download the paper, you have to payment. So all category you have to consider that, because if you have to submit your paper in a particular journal, nowadays people will discuss about that whatever your H index. So next style I will explain what is in by H index. So these are category. If the journal is available in the free of cost, you have to download the article from the particular journal is the free of cost, means your H index, your citation may be increased. So next slides I will deeply discuss about what is citation index, what is H index. So before submit your paper in a journal publication, you have to consider that scope of the journals, and then impact factor. Impact factor is the numbering, but nowadays there is not important focus on the impact factor. Before 5 to 10 years back, people always ask that what is the impact factor of the journal. But nowadays there is no much more important for the impact factor. Only reputation is enough. So these are the 4 category before submit your paper in a particular journal: scope, impact factor, and reputation. and journal policy, and then accessibility of the particular journal articles. So next one, impact factor is a numerical value, but some calculations is there. So each journal having some impact factor 1, 2, 0.5, above 5 impact factor. Some of the university they told that you have to publish your paper in a minimum 5 impact factor. But unfortunately, one drawback is there, particularly for our textile fashion community, that all the maximum impact factor is maybe 2. So our core area is a textile and fashion design. Our maximum impact factor is 2. We don't have a above 2. Maximum, my observation, maximum impact factor is 2 to 3. So we can't go for above 5 impact factor. And unfortunately, I'm sorry to say that there are very less journals in the fashion design area. Textile, totally in my observation, totally in textile and fashion design channels around is maybe around 30. Out of 30, 20 journals are from textile background, 10 and below maybe a fashion design. So you have very less area, less journals are there to publish your paper in a fashion design. So there is no option because our sector is a very narrow sector. So publication also, journals also very less one, maximum, because we have to count in the computer science or maybe mechanical, they have 10,000, 15,000 journals are there. But in our case, it's below 50, not a below 50, below 30 in my observation. So in impact factor, most probably our maximum impact factor is, my observation, below 3 or 4. So that impact factor nowadays, people have never asked that impact factor. They ask your H index. So what is maybe H index and the CITES index means? H index means they have to evaluate the author's research work. So nowadays, people are the university, maybe the NAC committee will come to your college to evaluate university status. They ask your H index. So H index means it's a numbering system according to your publication, number of publication. It's a Humbug calculation. And personally, I'm not favor of the H index because H index is a Humbug calculation. Like cricket, you know that that some rules are. If a rain falling means that some rule is there. If you ask the cricket people, that rule is totally humbug. Same type H index. It gives a humbug calculation. So I will show exactly. So this example, this is the H index. You can see that this is for Google Scholar citation H index. You can see my H index is 13. You can see this is the H index. My H index is 13. What is meant by 13 means I have around example, I publish 20 articles. 20 articles I publish in the journals. Out of 20 articles, 13 articles cited by 13 and above peoples. Imagine that I published 20 articles. Out of 20 articles, first 1 to 13 articles cited means somebody may cited my paper in their publication. So around 30, all my 1 to 13 papers cited by 13 and above. So 13 and above publications, they cited my 1 to 13 papers. So
Sir, sorry for the polite interruptions. You have been muted. Please unmute yourself.
okay, no, it's okay, ma'am.
Yes, sir.
So suppose if my HN is going to 15 means my first 15 papers cited 15 and above times. So this is a Humbug calculation, but I'm not okay. Anyway, we as per university policy, we got to follow university guidelines, UGC guidelines. We got to follow that. Apart from that, I am favor of citation index. So what is by citation means? Here look at that. My citation is 392. What is meaning for that? My 13 papers cited by 392 times. So 392 publications, they cited my 13 papers. That is good because every year you see that 2011 some percentage around totally my the 2018 you can check it there 18 papers cited my 13 papers. So this is good because every year it may increase. Sometime maybe increase, sometime may decrease. I totally agree that citation index is a good one instead of H index. But as university policy, this H index will tell you that reputation of the particular academic people. If a H index is above 3, 4 means, example that what if H index will exactly tell you that I have 100 papers. So my H index is 13 means only that 13 purpose out of 100, only 13 purpose cited more. Remaining 87 purpose not cited more. What is meaning for that? The top rate of 13 papers is admired by the research community. Remaining 87 paper published paper not noted by the research community. So that researcher is not enough to do the impact to the research community. So that is the reason for that. Whatever the research work you do, it will benefit by the research community and industry people. Otherwise, if you have good research work, nobody not utilize the particular research work means that research work we call as dead research. So that type of research work you have to avoid for that. Whatever the research work you can utilize there is maybe benefit by the research community or academic people. So next one. Different type of journal metrics. Nowadays, all the journals having some ranking system. So there are 4 categories they have to rank in the journals. So according to the journals, they have some evaluation factor, site score, source normalized impact per paper, it's ACE Imago journal ranking, impact factor. This is a 4 category. According to the 4 category, journals are ranking. Some separate body is there. According to the separate body, they have to ranking the journals. These are the first journal, ranking 1 journal, ranking 2. So these are the parameter. We do not deeply discuss about this one. This is journal point of view. So according to the journal point of view, like that NIF ranking. So according to the evaluative university, they got some points to the particular area. You have a more points means you are the top NIF ranking. Same category here. Journals also having a ranking system. These are the evaluation parameter for the ranking of the particular journal. So these are some websites are there. You can check the particular website from your journal publication for the journal, which rank the particular journal. So you go check the particular websites. So same one, author metrics, H index. Next one is ARCHIT ID. So what is meant by ARCHIT ID? In journal world, like the Aadhaar. So Aadhaar is a unique ID. Same type. If you have to submit your paper in a SCU journals, you must register yourself in a ARCHIT. ARCHIT ID is a unique number. Why ARCHIT ID means? You go to www.archit.org. You got to register yourself. Before registration, you got to submit your name, your photograph, and then your college affiliation, your email ID, everything. After that, the ARCHIT ID is giving a unique number. So I will show that what is the unique number. You can see there. This is my ARCHIT ID 0000000324726765. This is my ARCHIT ID. If you have to type this number to the Google, immediately all my detail will come. So this is a unique ID for myself because same college, there are many, suppose your university, the name of Prakash, many people are there. Same initial. Suppose in university, Amity University, and the name of Prakash with the initial C, around 10 persons are there. One person may be a publisher paper. So that paper will go for who, which person account. So these particular ID will give that if I have one publication, that I have to clearly in the journal submission time, I clearly mentioned that this is my ARCHIT ID. If the journalist published the article means automatically the article will come to my account. So that is the reason for that. Before submit your paper in a SCU journals, you got to register yourself in a ARCHIT ID because many people it's like a Aadhaar number. They're giving around some numbers. So this is the one. So you got to look up on that before submit your paper in a SCU journals. You must register in the ARCHIT ID. So same like that. Apart from that, there is different ID you can there. Researcher ID, Scopus other ID. So you got to register yourself because as academic people, you got to submit your paper in a journal publication means you must have ARCHIT ID. There is no need of Scopus other ID or research ID. It's extra. Suppose NIRF ranking, they may ask that your Scopus other ID. So you can go through the Scopus website. You got to register yourself. Automatically, the Scopus website will give you some ID number. So suppose the NIRF team will come. You got to submit your publication list. They check with your Scopus ID regarding that the particular publications account for yourself, or you got to claim someone's article. So automatically the website NIRF ranking website people will check there. Suppose this year 2024 you apply for the NIRF ranking. So your university you submitted 100 publications. You're claiming for 100 publication. So each department having 10 to 15. So according to that, you have to give the publication title, journal name, and then you have to give the author name, and then you give the ID. So the NRI people, they have to check it your publication randomly whether all the 100 publication belongs to Amity University. Then everything is data is okay means they will alert the points. So these are the ID will helpful that from NRF ranking point of view, it's more helpful for that. So if you have no ID means you got to register yourself, particularly for ARCHIT ID, because all the ACA journals you got to submit your paper in the ACA journal means you got to register yourself in a ARCHIT ID. So this is the one website, Google citation, scholar.google.com. If you have no ID means you got to register yourself in the scholar.google.com. So, but basically this website is not a genuine one. It has some drawbacks, but now sometimes university people, accreditation people, they ask your Google Scholar ID. So here is Google ID means my citation index, everything, your name, and then your name, everything will come. So this website will give you exact data about your how many citations for yourself, what is about your H&S, everything. But as a genuine point of view, there is some drawback because this Scopus website, they counted your book publication, they counted your conference publication, they counted your journal publication, either index, non-index. That's why some evaluation people, they not agree for that Scopus citation because, sorry, Google Scholar citation. Scopus citation okay, but they not counted for the Google Scholar citation. But anyway, sometime they may ask that, tell me about Google Scholar citation. Apart from that, most important Scopus, because here Scopus citation, you can that here look at that. What is the difference between here? Look at that. My Google Scholar citation is H index is 13. Same time you can check in there. My Scopus, my H index is 11. But that's why normally people will ask that your Scopus citations H index instead of that Google Scholar citation, because some because here they counted my conference publication also. So if you have journal publication means exclusively for journal publication. That's why majority evaluation people, they ask that your Scopus citation. If you have no ID means first you have to register yourself in a ARCHIT ID, then go for scopus.com. Again you have to register that. Wherever the publication in the internet, immediately Scopus website, they automatically take care of your publication, they added your account. So this is the one. So this is the one. So according to, you got to give all your subject area, then you have to give your ARCHIT number, all the data is stored. Wherever the people, any people can check your publications. So this is the one. You can see that 2014 my citation is 15. So every day may be increase. So this is the overall view of your research work. So 2007 I have here 2 publication. 2008 I have 2 publication. So every year maybe it increase. Some year maybe reduce. Sometime maybe higher peak. So it depends upon that how your activity in the publication area is giving overall view. It's for individual author. You can get the whole Amity University also. You can see that in Scopus website. What is the publication progress of Amity University? So you go type with the Amity University. The Scopus citation will give that overall view of throughout your all university publication. So it will give you that that what type of research work, what are the publication progress is happening in the your university. So it will giving a immediately you will tell that research work is publications happen in our university. The next one, keep in your mind, avoid predatory journals. So it's a most important parameter because many people, they may fail to publish paper. They publish their paper in a predatory journals. Now, as a technical term, we call it predatory. They fake people because they created their own. Because nowadays people are very clever. They created their own website, journal. They created a journal website, and then they got to approach the academic people. They ask that you got to submit your paper in the particular journal. They ask that 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 rupees. If you have to pay the amount means immediately they publish your paper. The example I will show one example how we can identify the predatory journals, because this is the more important point. Many people they fail to identify the particular predatory journals. Example. So this is one type of journal, Journal of Xi'an University. You can check that. So this is one journal. So I like to submit my paper in the particular journals, and the journal sent to my mail. They have the Scopus, they have the essay index. So I like to click that. So this is a journal website. They say that Journal of Xi'an University Architecture Journals. They have the 3.79 impact factor, and then it's available in the Scopus website. Everything they will do that. So we believe that the journalists, you can see that some people they publish their paper. I will check the current issue. Current issue. You can see that some Gulbarga University from Karnataka, RV College of Engineering, Bengaluru, and then somebody from that PSR Engineering College. Many people publish in current issue. They think that this journal is Scopus Index journal. This journal is Scopus Index journal. Now I check the journal is available in the Scopus. Scopus.com. I will check that the journal is indexed in Scopus, because as the website they mentioned there, the journal is available in the Scopus index. Because this is a fake one, this is a proprietary website, because they hacked the particular website and then they created their own website, and then they approach the staff member and then they ask, get the money from them, and then immediately they publish the paper in the particular website. But I will check that Scopus.com. So this is the website. You got to check there. The journal is here, index in Scopus. Now you got to view journal ranking. So I like to enter the title. Journal name is Journal of Xi'an University. So find source. So type journal. So this is the journal. Same Xi'an, you can check that this is the journal. So I click that. I will check the journal is index 1. So this is a journal, Xi'an Index University 2001 to 2000 present. So journal is available. So this is the website. You can see that same Xi'an University. So you see that of architecture technology, same journal of Xi'an University. They added of architect technology, because as academic people, you didn't notice the particular one, because you just read the friend name only, Journal of Xi'an University. Immediately we got to submit a paper. Now we check that whether that particular journal is exactly match with the particular website. You can see that. Now I go to click the source home page. I click the source home page. This is a source website. Yeah, tomorrow you can also. Second, it's open. So I will click that journal website. So the network is slow. Now see that this is the one website, and then this is the real journal website. So this is the fake one. This is the real one. You can see that this is the Journal of Xi'an. They will cut the. This is the real journal website. This is for faked one. You check it there. Thus we can mainly as academic people, we didn't notice that Journal of Xi'an. After that, we didn't notice that. But here, this is the original website of Journal of Xi'an University. So this is the one. There are Chinese journal, but our people they created a fully is a English journal. You can see that. So they tell indexing UGC DOE index, but it's a fake one. Unfortunately, our people, if you go to Google Chrome, first one that fake website will come. Second only the original website will come. This is the original website. This is for fake one. We call a predatory website. So before you submit your paper in the particular journal, from Scopus website, you got to check that whether the journal is exact one. This is the one we can fail that because you can see that many people they publish their paper in the particular journal. They think that this is the original website. You can see that around this issue, 18 people they publish. You can see that many colleges, some university people, some VIT. You can say Andhra Pradesh VIT people, VIT University also people also publish the paper in the particular journal. This is a fake one, predatory journals because they don't know the awareness about that. You can see that many people from reading in Pondicherry University people, VIT, Andhra Pradesh University people. You can see that. So this one you have to very careful to handle that because your researcher is a good one. Unfortunately, you are failed to submit your paper in an exact website. So this one, with the help of Scopus website, you got to identify the particular journal is the index in the particular one. Maybe it's a faked one or maybe a predatory one. This is one many people, academic people fail for that. So you must aware about that. Predatory journals, more careful for that because many predatory journals are there. They were misuse the research world and then they utilize our time because we have urge to publish your paper. We have no time. So suddenly we have to go to the particular journal. They publish your article with getting money, but that one is not counted. So keep in your mind. So these are the websites are there. You have to check that what are the predatory journals are available in the journal world. Whatever that, check 2 to 3 times in a Scopus with the help of Scopus whether the journal is there or not. Another one thing I will show you that something new journal website. Some I will take on journal Color Age. It's own magazine. They publish for dying article. So I will take I like to submit one article in a Color Age journal. So see that the journal is not available in the Scopus index journal. So but I try to submit paper in a Color Age journal. Before that is available. Currently, the Color Age journal is not available in the Scopus area. So now another journal I told that fashion. So you fashion. Exactly fashion. So you get the Journal of Fashion Marketing and Management. I will tick that. So check it that the journal is available. So that particular journal is not available in the Scopus list. So before that, you got to check that the particular journal is cited in index in Scopus. So more thing that before submitting your paper in the particular journal, please check with the Scopus website that particular journal is indexed in Scopus. If you're not indexed means try better to avoid to submit your paper in the particular journal. Otherwise, this is this website. These people are there created on website and they will send you to mail to you. You can see that they are associated available in the index everything. And then the website they have the UGC approved journals. They have DOA cross reference everything. This website anybody can nowadays anybody can create a website. So illegal people you can tell if you have to get the contact. You see then there is no contact details. You only contact them. There is no show about who is the people, who is the editor, who is that editorial board. You can see that editorial board, somebody, you can click the editorial, you cannot contact the editorial people. They randomly create some names. If you have a reputed journal, you can see the one reputed journal. We saw the one reputed journal, Journal of Testing and Evaluation. You can see this is the ASTM journal. You can click that. This is original. You can see that this is the original one. Everything they mentioned that. whom to contact, everything, indexing, and then you can see that what is the difference. The website also is a professional one. So this is the one you can think that. The example you saw that Journal of Natural Fibers. So I'll click this particular one. So you see that. So about this journal, you can click that. Journal information, editorial board. You can tell editorial board. You can editorial board. They clearly mention who are that he is editorial in chief. Everything, and then whom you would contact. Everything. Everything is available in the bus one. So aim and scope. You can click aim and scope. So everything they mentioned that. So this is the one. So this is a professional one. Whom do you contact? All detail. Who is the corporate? You can everything available in the particular one. So this is the professional way of one. This is the reputed one. This is the people. You can see that there is no contact. You could never contact the particular person. Who is the person? Who is control the particular website? We don't know. If you have to pay the money means immediately they will publish your paper. So keep in your mind, these are the predatory journals. Next one, overview, how to prepare a paper. So preparing, this is the, I will tell you that main important one. So preparing to write your paper, which type of paper? Your paper may be review, or maybe technical article, or maybe a review article, or maybe research article. So journal selection, which journal you got to select, ethical guidelines, whether you got to usually for some test, animal tests, that will be ethical guidelines. Defining authorship, who is the first author, who is the second author, who is the corresponding author, and then what are the sections of your article, and then what is about the peer review process. Now you individually heading we will discuss that. First one, preparing to write your article. First, what is the novelty of your paper? So first you think that what is the novelty? There is some uniqueness. Next, what the message you have to give there? Suppose I have to analyze the property of, and now here that bamboo fabric. So I like to produce a bamboo fabric in knitted fabric. So I have to check that comfort properties of knitted fabric is maybe cotton available. So I like to go for bamboo or lotus or pineapple, whatever that pineapple fiber. So I'm making a comfort properties of pineapple knitted fabrics, or maybe comfort properties of bamboo knitted fabric. So my novelty is I'm going to analyze the comfort properties of bamboo knitted fabric. So what is the message? So I giving that what is the effect of properties influence of bamboo knitted fabrics. Then I have to give you appropriate reference. Then I read some more articles, and then your article may be don't longer, don't 10 to 50, 20 to 30 pages. Your article may be a 10 to 15 pages. And then most time you have to invest your time in writing well, because your paper may be 10 to 15 pages. Most probably review paper means total number of words is 10,000 below 10,000 words. So now, okay. So if you have a research article means it's maybe around 5,000 below words. So there is some limit. Each journal having some limitation. They will tell that your article size may be 10,000 words or maybe 8,000 words. They go in the website. They will clearly mention that. Normally, a review paper means up to 10,000 words. Research paper means up to 6,000 words. They have some limitation. Don't write at 20 to 30 pages, right? Because as a people, we don't have a time to read 10 to 15 pages. Most probably, if you have a paper is from your Word file, 10 to 15 pages means a journal they convert into 3 to 4, 5 to 6 pages. So most probably, if you have submit your paper in 10 to 15 pages means as a journal point of view, they have to reduce the size of the font. They make you 5 to 6 pages. So think that maximum size of the publication size is maximum 10 pages. Next one, choose appropriate co-authors. Suppose you have a very good written skill, but you are very weak in statistical, because nowadays all the research article they're asking statistical analysis. So you can ask some department people, they will help you for language correction or maybe a statistical analysis. So you could act as a second author. You have to after publication of paper, you have to give a justification for the co-authors. So you go to this is second author will helpful for the research written part. Third author will help for statistics analysis. Fourth author will help for language help. So you have to give a priority for that. Who is the first author? Sometimes your research work means guide may be a first author, student may be a second author. Or sometimes research scholar is the first author, guide may be a second author. According to your priority, you can choose. Then you got to choose the appropriate journals. According to research core area, you got to choose. Don't think that high impact factor journals at the same time. Don't think that low impact factor journals. You go according to researcher, you decided that. Then instead of the impact factor, reputation of the journal is more important because the IJFTR, you can check that the impact factor is 0.8, 0.7 or 0.8. Don't think that IJFTR is a very low level because if you got to publish your paper in IJFTR means the credit is more. So before you submit your paper, go to the journal's website, authors in section. They have clearly mentioned that what are the type of fonts you can use, either Times New Roman or maybe what are the styles of the font, and then what is the size, maybe 10, 12, 13, 14, or maybe heading maybe 14, and then what is the reference style, pictures maybe a JPEG file or TIFF file. So all the detail they will mention in the journal website. Before prepare your paper, check that what is the figure, maybe in the Word file or maybe a JPEG form or maybe a TIFF form, and then always use the correct format. Otherwise, the journal will reject your paper. You are not made in the journal instruction. So similarly, they will return your paper. So before that, submission of paper, go to the journal website, see all the instruction. The next one, journal section. Either you go for specialized journal or broad interest. Next one, your paper may be a theoretical one or applied one. Either you go for full length paper or letter type, but mostly you focus on full length paper. The journal point of view, either subscription based or open access. If you go to open access means you go to pay the journal fees. If you go to subscription means there is no need of pay the journal fee. According to your final position, you got decided that either go for subscription based or maybe open access. Open access means you have to pay the article fees. Then you go check the timelines of the publication progress. So what are the time within 3 months or within 6 months or within 8 months, they publish your paper. Then you got to check the journal reputation from your research community, your friend circle, or maybe your department. You can ask that about the journal reputation. Next one, ethical guidelines. After some time now. So obtain necessary clearance. So you got some ethical guidelines. Suppose you did the rat test. Suppose your work is a medical textile. So you get a ethical clearance from the ethical board because you got to test the fabric of the human being. If you any research work apply for the human beings, you have the ethical clearance certificate. Then you have to declare any conflict of interest. You do copy someone's content, and then you give a proper attribution because suppose the particular project is sponsored by the university. In the academic area, you clearly mentioned that the so-and-so project is sponsored by so-and-so people or so-and-so organization or so-and-so research funded agency. You clearly mentioned that. So these are the ethical guidelines. You have to follow that. Next one, you got to cite in previous papers. So you got to utilize someone's content or someone's idea means you got to cite it that in your literature area. Then acknowledgement, you got to thank your guide or thank your college or thank some industry people. In the acknowledgement area, I clearly mentioned that these are the people helpful for my project work or maybe research writing or maybe research work. So these are the credit gives to the people, those who are helpful your research work. Next one, particularly for section of article, first one you focus on abstract. So what do you mean abstract means? Is a glimpses of your research work. So I will show an example. Abstract. Before that, I will discuss that abstract. Suppose if you look at one paper means. I'll show an example. So this is one paper I published. So this one paper. So journal published, Journal of Thermal Analysis and Calorimetry. My paper is Study of Thermal Properties of Meter Fabric. Okay, na? So this is the one. So first you see the abstract. So first you will focus on abstract. This is abstract. Abstract may be 150 to 300 words. Normally each journal is having some limitation. Some journal they will tell the 200 words, 200 words. Some journal they may be 300 words, but probably this is one 100 considers the 200 words. This is abstract. In abstract, what is we got to discuss in the abstract. Now you go to the slide. So abstract, these are the 4 heading content may be present in the abstract. First one, the content may be related to problem and objectives. What is your problem of your research work? What is the objective of research work? Next one, what methodology you got to utilize for your research work? Next, third one, what is your finding and conclusion? Fourth one, what is your research effect and impact? So this is the 4 heading content essence may be available in your abstract. Now we saw that particular article. So first one, I will clearly is that in this research, thermal properties of bamboo single jersey knitted fabric. I will have to analyze the checking the thermal comfort properties related to loop length and yarn count. There are 2 parameters I will choose. One is yarn count, and knitted fabric means loop length. There are 2 parameters I will choose, loop length and then yarn count. So I take the 2 parameters, then I check the comfort properties of bamboo single jersey knitted fabric. So my first point is problem and objective. My objective is to analyze that thermal comfort properties of bamboo knitted fabric, and with the help of the combination of relation between stitch length and then yarn elasticity. Next one, I would clearly definition that. Next, you key point that the objective was to determine the influence of fabric factors, stitch length, yarn count, and relation to, I check the properties of fabric properties, air permeability, thermal conductivity, thermal resistance, and then water vapor. These are the 4 property I measure that. So I take it that bamboo knitted fabric, my objective is to take the fabric is bamboo knitted fabric. Then I choose that produce the fabric is single jersey knitted fabric. 2 parameters I choose. One is yarn count, another one is loop length. Then I got to analyze the properties of thermal comfort properties. 4 properties I choose. One is air permeability, second one is thermal conductivity, third one is thermal resistance, fourth one is water vaporability. Then I got to tell me that finding methodology and finding and conclusion. So methodology is that I got to 3 count and then 2 loop length. Here I got to 3 count. Here means 20s, 24s, 30s. Here I mentioned the text count. Normally English count we mentioned the 20s, 24s, 30s. Then I choose 3 loop length, 0.27, 0.29, 0.39. So I choose 3 count and then 3 loop length. So this is my methodology, and then I applied check all the properties, air permeability, thermal resistance, thermal conductivity. Finally, I get it that this is my conclusion. So the increase in air permeability, water permeability with the increase in yarn elasticity and increase in stitch length. So my find out that if you have to increase the stitch length, increase the yarn count means the air permeability, water permeability will increase. At the same time, thermal conductivity, thermal resistance will reduce. So this is my find out. Now you clearly understand that what is abstract. So abstract, you can check that abstract means problem and objectives, what the methodology I'm going to use, my finding and conclusion, what is the research effect and impact. These are the 4 heading essence may be available in your abstract. This is for abstract. Now we clearly idea about how to write the abstract. Next one, at the same time, number of words in the abstract will decide by the journal. Either maybe 150 words or maybe 200, 300. Some journals they allow for 300 words available in the abstract. Sometimes they may ask for only 150. So according to that, you have to reduce your number of content in the abstract. Next, you go for the introduction. Introduction means you discuss the general discussion. So now see the comfort is generally like that. Comfort play, blah blah blah, whatever that comfort, I will discuss that everything. Then I go for that. Then now I quoted someone here. Look at that. Gun et al. They did one research work in the particle fiber, bamboo and cotton, bamboo, viscose and cotton. They analyzed the comfort properties. I like to cite their article. So in introduction area, you give the general introduction. plus that previously people will already did the work na, that paper you have to quote it in the introduction area. So abstract, next one go for the introduction. So finally you have to introduction finish, then go for the material methods. In this area you discuss what are the machine you can choose, utilize that, what are the yarn details, fiber details, which machine here are using male and C knitting machine, the details, the temperature, and then next go for what are the testing. The testing you see there, I got to use for thermal comfort properties. I'm using Alambeta instrument for analyze the thermal comfort. Water permeability I'm using for that Permi test, and then air permeability I using the machine name is tester FX330. These are the instrument I utilize for to analyze the thermal comfort properties. First one abstract, second one you focus the introduction, third one material methods. You will discuss what are the material you choose, what are the testing instrument you utilize for the to analyze the fabric test. Let's go for the result discussion. This is the main parameter. So first I previously mentioned that the core property, thermal air permeability, thermal conductivity, thermal resistance, and then water vapor permeability. So according to the test results, I have to analyze the test result one. My test result may be either go for the bar chart or maybe a table form, whichever you can enter. Here I use for table. I develop all the values and then I represent in the bar chart. Here you can that count increasing, loop length are increasing, the air permeability value is increasing. So according to make I give a write up. Here I will make a write up. The air permeability of the fabric distributed in figure 1. It is maybe seen that fabric composed from 19.6 text count and then 0.31 loop length having more air permeability. So I give you the justification. So this is the write up. So as according to the data, I make a write up. So according to the air permeability heading, I detailedly discuss that why the property is increasing, what is the reason for that. Everything I got to write up here one. So under the air permeability heading area, I deeply discuss that. According to what the testing result I got it, that one I deeply discuss in the result discussion. Next you go for the conclusion area. So conclusion area, you can see that finally I will tell that these are the one. So some properties are increasing, some properties are decreasing. Finally, I'm giving a overall output. So this is for conclusion. Finally, reference area. This reference area, each journal having different reference format. According to the journal guidelines, we got to prepare the reference style because each journal having different reference style. Somebody gave API, somebody made Chicago method of reference style. So we got to check the journal website. According to the journal guidelines, you got to prepare the reference style. This is the overall view of to prepare a paper in a journal format. This is particularly for the journal of thermal analysis of calorimetry, journal style. You can see that this is the overall view of journal publication. After publish the paper, you can get the PDF from the journals. Now, so the abstract already we discussed the keywords. So according to journal keywords, you can choose the journals. Here I will show that what is the keywords. Here keywords means, so my area is thermal comfort. Here is thermal comfort. So you have mentioned that clearly keywords, because why most important for keywords means, suppose any people they will choose that the Google platform, they choose that thermal, example thermal comfort properties of some unknown person, they check the thermal comforts of bamboo knitter fabrics. So my going to research work is going to do in this area. Just randomly I type that. Then I search it. You can see that many articles will come. You can see that I saw this article. I click that. Thermal comfort properties of bamboo tension knitted fabric. Actually, this is my paper because the keyword here. Look at that. This is my paper. It will randomly come to the Google website because in this paper, particularly for keywords, I mentioned the thermal comfort. So if anybody type the word of thermal comfort means my article will come to the Google list. Automatically people go through the paper, they will utilize your paper. So that is more important parameter. According to your research area, you have to create your keywords. Keywords is more important for your research work. Then only people has to type in the Google air permeability means immediately your paper will come the list. Otherwise, if your keyword is not matched with this one, they won't appear your research work in the Google list. More important parameter, you must more concentrate on your keywords according to research work. So next one, introduction. Already we deeply discussed about the introduction, and the main body of this result and discussion also we discussed, and the discussion and then the conclusion area we also discussed that. Then conclusion and the reference. Previously I mentioned that different. See that this is one reference style. This is one reference style. So there are two websites are there, EndNote and BibTeX. Because in normally for the thesis writing, you have to type from 300 to 400 reference. These are the website will help you to that. Immediately they will prepare the reference style. So you can utilize the particular EndNote BibTeX website to prepare your reference. Because within a single, suppose you submit your paper in Journal of Natural Fibers, you submit your paper in Journal of Textile Institute. You got around reference area, you have 40 papers. Without change the format, you can utilize the particular website. You will type there, the format will convert it into Journal of Natural Fiber to Journal of Textile Institute. Within a 2 seconds, the particular website convert the reference style to the particular journal. So this is more helpful for that. But normally EndNote is the paid one, BibTeX also paid one. But some other websites are there. You can utilize the particular website to convert from reference style. So appendix, same way, acknowledgement area, you got to give you acknowledgement to the particular people or from your college or thank to those people. Everything you have to mention in the acknowledgement area. The next one, writing a paper in English, but most probably as a survey told suggested that 80% of our paper rejected, Indian paper rejected by language problem, because people are very, sometimes people are very lag in the language. Nowadays there is no issue. Many language softwares are there. After prepare a paper, you put your paper in the particular website. Free websites are there. The free website will suggest that what are the grammatical mistake in your paper. So better without grammatical error paper you got to prepare, because many leading journalists they simply tell that our paper is language is not up to the mark. They will reject our paper according to the language. So better you got to utilize the particular websites. So and apart from that, don't worry about that. There is no much very good language skill. Thus you need the language of present tense and past tense. If you have to look at the paper, abstract, literature review, methodology, and the result, these are the area you mainly focus on past tense of sentence. Remaining area you got to for present tense. There are 2 tenses are required for that to write a paper, either present tense or past tense. Don't think a very complicated sentence. So if you have a very struggle, you feel that the language is not good, means you can give some your friends. Your friend may be a very good language editor, or maybe you go utilize the software. So either you go for software or give you some people's. From English department, you have a very good contact. The English department means you give the paper, they will go through the paper. Anything grammatical error means they will correct your paper. So according friendship request, you can give to any paper person with a very good language skill means you can give your paper, or you got to utilize the particular software. Many softwares are there. So this is one of the example for the software. You got to submit the software particular paper. Immediately the software will edit your paper and then will suggest that what are the grammatical mistake in your paper. So next you go to the review process. So don't worry about the review process. Sometime you will give me a rejected comments. Don't worry about that. You take it as a positive manner. You take the what are the comments for the reviewers. You got to implement the particular paper. Again, you got to submit to new journals. In my first review paper, around 8 reviewers, they got to review my paper. They rejected my paper. They are around 140 comments. My first paper submitted in a SCA journal, I received 148 comments. They tear my paper inch by inch. Totally I fed up. 1 week I totally fed up. After that, take it as a positive one. I implement all the 148 comments. 148 comments the particular paper. Then after that, submit to new journal. And after within 1 month, the particular paper is accepted. So take it as a positive manner, because the 2 reviewers giving a what are the holes in our research work, what are the drawback in our research work, what are the wrong in the particular research work, or maybe what is the written content, how we are making a good impact to the reviewers. So that is the one that, so take it as a positive one, and then you got to implement what are the suggestions by the reviewers means, and then you got to implement one and revise the paper. Again, you need to submit the journals. The next most important that there are two things. Normally, our paper may be rejected one preliminary stage and the revision stage. Preliminary stage means particularly for plagiarism. Many Indian people, they have to copy the content from someone's paper and then they submit their paper in the journal one. According to the softwares are there, they have to check your plagiarism. So if your plagiarism means about 10% means the journal has to reject your paper and then they blacklist your name. Keep in your mind, if a plagiarism is above 10% means they have to reject your paper and then they blacklist your name. Not only your name, your college, university also. Many reputed journals, if suppose I submit a paper in a leading journal, I have some plagiarism above 40%. Immediately they blacklist my name and then my college name also. After that, any people they submit a paper from my university, they will tell that your university people having plagiarism. They are giving a punishment to the authors and also university also. Keep in mind that this offensive one, punishment also is there. Don't copy someone's content. And then also you got to ethics in publication. Don't copy someone's idea. And then you got to idea, you got to implement your research work. It may be uniqueness, it may be a unique idea, and then don't copy someone's content, someone's idea. And then most probably some journals they have up to 50% they allow that. Before that, you got to write it on paper, don't copy someone's content, and then same content you got to reproduce in your paper. Then how to reduce the plagiarism? First step, we got to avoid the plagiarism. Suppose plagiarism will come, we got to reduce the plagiarism. So first step, we got to avoid the plagiarism. Unfortunately, if plagiarism will come, suppose your plagiarism will be 15%, so we got to reduce the 5%. So this is the steps we can reduce that plagiarism. First one, there are 6 types of plagiarisms there: global plagiarism, paraphrasing, verbatim, patchwork, self-plagiarism, accidental plagiarism. I will deeply discuss what are the plagiarism. First one, global plagiarism means copying entire work and representing as your own work. That is called as global plagiarism. Paraphrasing means a piece of text, a sentence, you copy that and then put it in your paper. And then verbatim, copy and paste of someone's text, represent that your own, and then copy someone's idea. And then same idea, you got to publish your paper. That is for plagiarism. And then self-plagiarism, you publish your own, already you publish on paper. Then same paper, again you got to publish. That is called the self-plagiarism. Next one, without knowing that, you made it accidental plagiarism. We don't know that this is a plagiarism. Unfortunately, without knowing that, plagiarism will come. Example, we show that some example. So these are the softwares are there. Turnitin, Urgan, iThetical. Most journal they are using iThetical software, but Turnitin is a good one. Urgan is okay, but my suggestion is Turnitin is the best one. So before submit your paper, maybe university having the Turnitin website, you submit your paper. What is the plagiarism percentage? If the plagiarism percentage is about 10%, means you got to reduce the plagiarism below 10. So this is the one. So know about your plagiarism, write in your own words, present your own idea, make use of proper citation, check before submit your paper with the plagiarism software. Then this is so there is how to reduce the plagiarism. There is one method is ICQP method. ICQP method: identification, citation, quotation, paraphrasing. There are 4 methods to reduce the plagiarism. First one, identification. Such is that this is the content my present in my paper. The work has been carried out by different experiment to reach. This is the sentence is there in my paper. The plagiarism software tells that this is a sentence for plagiarism. So now I have to revise the sentence. You can tell that sentence may be revised there to reach the goal. The work has been carried out by different experiment. Same sentence, the software captured by that. This is the sentence is plagiarism. Accidentally, we don't know this some sentence, because my sentence presented, your sentence maybe sometime may coincide. So the software already the particular is published previously. So you must change the sentence. Now I have to change the sentence like that. Now it's not come for the plagiarism. So first one, you have to identify the particular sentence for the plagiarism. Then you have to revise the particular sentence. Next one, sometime the plagiarism content may be not changed because this is a definition. So we cannot change the particular, because this is very difficult to change the sentence. If you change the sentence means meaning it will change. So then that same content I like to present my article. So how can I avoid the plagiarism? So all the software they are giving a cushioning. I told you that there's yeah, some uh, no I have busy free. So then you can go through that. This is the one. The particular content may be a apostrophe comma. So you can put in the apostrophe comma. The particular software having some cushioning. So the cushioning means that particular content is not measured by the software, not identified with the software, because inbuilt the software, any sentence will come in between the apostrophe comma. The particular content is not measured by the software. They have the, because they have the cushioning. So they have a 10% of cushioning. So what are the sentence not change? You do not prefer to change the sentence means you can put the particular sentence in the apostrophe comma, and immediately you go to cite the particular name of the person. So these two content will reduce the number of plagiarism in the particular paper, but it may be below 10%. Suppose the article is 10,000, around 100 words, you can maybe a apostrophe comma. Above apostrophe comma means the software the measure the remaining content. Whether you put the all the 500 words maybe apostrophe comma, first 500 words only they will not measure. Remaining 400, if the content is in between the apostrophe comma, the software will measure. So understand that 10% of the content you may put in the apostrophe comma, the particular software not measure the. Suppose your plagiarism 12%, the 2% you put in the apostrophe comma, the percentage may be 10%. So provided that you have to cite the particular person name, because this is a sentence I never like to change. The same sentence may available in my paper, but it's not counted by the plagiarism. But we provide the apostrophe comma, the software not measure the particular sentence for plagiarism. Next one, paraphrasing. But normally I'm not recommending the paraphrasing. But as a student, if you have a VG student or BTech students, you can utilize the paraphrasing software. But normally paraphrasing software, it will change the sentence, but it will kill your language skill. It will kill your language skills. So you got, suppose if the sentence is active means you convert the passive voice. Don't use the paraphrasing software. From last point of view, there is no choice means you can use the paraphrasing software, because many paraphrasing softwares are there. So sometimes people will think they utilize the figures. The figures also come for the plagiarism. Any figures you copy from the net and then you put in your article means that also software will detect the figure also. Figure also you copy means that will also analyze for the plagiarism. If you copy the figures from someone's content, you get the official permission from the particular journal and the particular author. Suppose on particular diagram is more off for research work, you have to utilize the particular diagram from your research work. Then you get the official permission from the particular author and a particular journal. Sometime journal will agree to utilize the particular picture from your article from free of cost, or maybe they will give you some charge. So according to that, you go decide that anything figure you go put in the thesis or maybe a paper means you get the official permission from the particular author and the particular journal. Then paper and same time at least if you have to submit on paper in a paper means you have to wait for that. Don't submit your paper in 5 to 6 journal at a time. That is also for the problematic one. And the next one, paper may be rejected for poor English. Before that, submit your paper 2 to 3 times, revise your paper from language checking, because many Indian paper rejected due to that poor English preparation. So you must more probably that language you got maintain the grammatical error free paper. So after that, you have to follow the journal guidelines. So what are the font size, what are the figure resolution, reference style, everything you have to maintain that as per journal guidelines. Otherwise, journal may be rejected your paper. You not follow the journal guidelines, simply they may reject your paper. Then another one is website is there, typeset.io. This website is fairly okay, because you submit on paper in on journal. The journal is rejected your paper. Then you have to submit to summer journal, because again you got to go through the particular journal and see the guidelines of the particular journal, and then it's a lot of time to prepare the particular convert the journal from one style to another journal style. Then this is the website is there. You got submit to all data the particular website. the website will convert to according to the which journal you like. Suppose I submit your paper in Journal of Natural Fiber, then I submit your paper in Journal of Testing and Evaluation. This website will help you to paper convert your paper into the particular journal. So this is more helpful. You can utilize, but it's not up to the mark. Fairly is okay. That particular website is very good to convert from one journal format to another journal format, but not a 100%. Fairly 50 to 60% is okay. After that, you have to find out the particular Word file. That particular website will give you convert from one journal format to another journal format. After that, you have to download the particular Word file, and then you have to make a fine tune. It will reduce your 60% of work. Then technical reason, most probably your paper may be rejected by poor validation, wrong research methodology, and then inconclusive results, lack of proper citation. So this is the one you can think that main parameter. Technically, your paper may be rejected one. And then from revision stage, what are the reviewer comments? You politely answer the reviewer comments. If the comment is not match with the research work, don't tell you not reviewer is wrong. You will politely tell that that particular comment is not applicable for research work. So you tell your reviews in a politely. If you tell very roughly, means the reviewer can be reject your paper because they have no reason. If you have to argue with the reviewer, means they may reject your paper. So what are the comments you received from the reviewer point of view? You can politely tell your view. So you convince the reviewer, because the reviewer has to giving a final green signal to accept your paper. If you're not satisfied the reviewer, means they may reject your paper. So after publish your paper, you got to promote your work, because branding is nowadays more important. Publish your work is not even finish your work. You got to branding. These are websites are there. After publish your paper, you got to put your paper in the particular website. It will giving a branding yourself, and then your research work, and then your college. Then my final thought is be patient for whatever you research anything. You are always for rewriting. You have to wait for your passion and then wait for your achievement. And then my final recommendation is research is a fun. Publish or freeze is a game really. Nobody is perfect in the world. Everybody will sweat. From your mistake only, you got to learn yourself. As an introduction section, people mentioned that I have 150 publication, but I have 10,000 failures. 10,000 failures, but I have only 150 achievements. But people will always speak that you got to people always speak about your achievements, but they didn't focus on failures. But I'm happy to say that I have 10,000 failures, but I have 150 achievements. But that failure giving a experience how to overcome my failure, because still I may be a failure. Next and tomorrow maybe my paper may be rejected due to some reason. That time I have got an experience. So failure giving you a more improve your skills. Success means that's 1 minute's happiness is move away. But failure giving you future, maybe you have to avoid the failure. So don't worry about that. Always thankful to the viewer, because they will give you 10-page report to criticize your report. Don't worry about that. They'll give you a golden commands. You see the comments as a golden commands. It will tell that what are the loopholes in your papers and research work. So final step is celebration your publication from your paper, but it's a 2 minutes happiness. You got to move away from next publication, because next challenge, next task, next problem will come, next failure will come. So you move away from that particular one. So you can celebrate your paper. This is my final step. So now is question session for you. You can have any question session you can ask. This is my contact details. This is my email ID, dsprakash@gmail.com. This is my WhatsApp number. You can have any guidance from the particular journal publication. Feel free to contact me. I'm always ready to help to support for the publication for good papers. So now is session for you to ask any question, any doubt. You can ask. Feel free to ask me now.
Thank you so much, sir, for your enlightening lecture. It was a fascinating and eye-opening lecture regarding research publication, where we came to know the hurdles and barriers one is supposed to face during the journey of research. Thank you so much, sir, for your insightful and vivid words.
Any question, man? You can feel free to ask. But actually, I'm more taking time. Actually, 1.5 time I think hardly to If you take me 3 hours, I will take, never take, no issue. But sometime we got to discuss more because the area research publication is around, this is my 18 years of experience. Not a 1.5 hour time. It's very difficult to explain all my failures because failures giving a more impact to the peoples. Then only they will understand how to work with the failure. But anyway, due to 1.5 hour, I think 1 point, maybe around 2 hours, I think. Anyway, fairly I will complete my task. Anyway, thank you for that. Any question you can ask that. Means, chat box, somebody maybe mentioned that. Yeah. Yeah. Somebody first question. So can you list good unpaid journal in textile field? Textile field, my observation is, okay, you can contact me via WhatsApp. I will tell. But fairly in textile journals, totally many observation maximum around 30. Around 30, you can tell only 10 to below 10 journals are that's unpaid. Remaining 20s are paid journals. Nowadays, all journals go for the paid journals because in the website they got to maintenance charge and then they publish. They got to get the DOI number. Everything the journal has to paid one. So they particular financial burden go to put in the others area. So anyway, journals are there. So you contact via my mail or maybe WhatsApp. I will share all the details of the particular unpaid journals of textile field. The next one. Yeah, if there is a website platform where complete updated list of predatory journals. Some websites are there. Anyway, no issues there. You can go to the Scopus website, just type the journal name. If the journal is not cited in the Scopus website, means you consider the journal is predatory journal. If the particular journal is not indexed in that particular Scopus, means we think that that is the predatory, not exactly predatory. Whether you publish the paper in the particular journals is not counted for the your academic activity. So better we consider that you try to avoid the publish your paper in the particular journals, because same journal, some people will design a website, same journal's name, just change the letters. Let's example polo. In polo they make you put dot. Polo t-shirt, and they will put the dot. We think that let's read the polo, but we didn't focus on the dot. Dot is a fake fake t-shirt. So as a textile, we have to get awareness because nowadays people are very clever. Every day they will think different how to make a forgery items. That's so we only update ourselves. Anyway, that particular Scopus website will clearly tell that if the journal is index means you can submit your paper. The next one. Can you please advise to avoid self-plagiarism in publication? This is not in your hand only. You are the people write the paper. Don't copy your previous content. This is in your hand only. I'm not suggested that that same content you got to utilize that. So next paper means it's all depend upon yourself. Don't copy your own content. Maybe cited your paper. At the same time, if you have to write a new paper, you have to cite your previous paper. That may be below 10%. Suppose your reference area, you cited 20 papers. Out of 20 papers, 10% means 2 to 3 papers from your own paper you may cited. Somebody very clever that they got to increase the citation index. Out of 20 reference, 18 reference are their previous papers. They cleverly tell that their citation also increases, their H index also increase that. Think the people how they smartly change how to increase the H index, how to increase the citation index. They call it self H index, self citation index. Many softwares are there. People will analyze, they check the paper reference. Out of 20 papers, 18 papers, your own paper. Because cleverly, but you got to try to avoid for that. So self citation from your hand only you can decide at that. Next one. Yeah. Fashion design. There are very less journals. I'm not a production department to start your new journals. So this is fat. As of that fashion journals wise, hopefully if you pure fashion journal means maybe below 5. My observation, top, particularly for impact factor journalists, 1 or 2 journalists available for fashion area. Textile journalists, luckily we are the textile person. I have around 10 to 15. But as a fashion design people, you are in a below 5 channel. There is no choice. From only you have 5 track, you got to run the particular 5 track only. You do not go to some other track. So we can't say that. Nah, future may be like a mechanical engineer, computer science. All students, they only first choice is computer science. Final choice is textile fashion. But once upon 100 years back, people first choice is textile. After that, on the computer science. Now trend change, na, we have to waiting for our trend change. But we never know when it will happen. Next one. Acha, can you mention names of fashion personnel? You contact via my WhatsApp number. I will share the what are the journal list of fashion design journals. So how to identify the authentic book publishing house? Yeah, probably Springer, Elsevier, everybody they have the authentic. So internet you got to check that. What are the authentic book? Maybe list is available. Via share, you can share with via WhatsApp. I will share the what are the authentic book publishers for that, because book publishers also predatory book publishers are there. Without publishing your book, you're getting ISBN number, front cover only. Nowadays, people are very clever. You take front cover, the name is there, you get the ISBN number, you pay around 20,000 rupees, you will under your name, cover page of your book, inside there is no content, you get the ISBN number. People are there. But academic people, they look at the paper means it spoil your name. So that also you have to avoid for that. Many loopholes are there. As a honesty, we have to avoid the particular loopholes. Next one. Most of the index UGC careless journals. Yeah. High publication fees. No. Journals and unpaid journals are there. We have to find out the particular journals. Most probably, high publication fees means they are the high reputed journals. Like if you go to TRJ, they call it Textile Research Journal. Imagine that they have 800 euros. Imagine 800 euros means you got to pay 1,60,000. Imagine that our total research work is around 50,000 worth. From journal publication, you got to 1.5 lakhs. According to financial position, we got to say that, or maybe funded means funded time they will support the publication. If you have to apply for the DST, DBT means exclusively publication they have allotted for fund. But individually, it's very difficult that. So you can choose according to that the particular journals. All our hand. We can't comment that that particular journals having high fees means we have to focus on unpaid journals also. Then yeah, nowadays most of the reported journals are becoming fully open access. Yeah, I 100% agree that. Journal of one of the journals is Journal of Natural Fibers 2022. I have around 25 papers published in the particular SE journals. 2023 onwards, they converted the paid journal. The paid journal rate is 1.5 lakhs. Before that, I have 25 publication up to 2022. Now hereafter difficult to submit paper in the Journal of Natural Fibers. Now I go to alternate journals because 1.5 lakhs is very difficult to pay myself. So we change our path now. There is no choice because they having a very good name, social platform, then research platform. Because in India, one of the biggest drawback is that all in the Western, the academic institution, they support for the publication. If you have a Western university, and that university will support for the publication fees. But our Indian universities, due to some financial constraint, they not supported for the publication fees. But all the foreign countries, the universities, top from Leeds University, that all university, they support for the staff member for the publication. All the fees paid by the university, provided that toppers journal. But in India, maybe yet to come. You have to wait for that. That concerned university has to pay the journal publication. So it's all the university hand. Next one. Nowadays, most of the reputed journals are being fully open. So yeah, in India, it is not very much feasible. That is one that all the abroad universities, they paid for the journal fees for the journal articles. So India, maybe future has decided that, concerned university decided that if the paper is published in the particular journal means the pride moment of the scholar, research worker, the university. Suppose number one journals, normally Nature journal, the journal name is Nature, the impact factor is 50. If your paper is published the Nature journal means it is worldwide recognized for your research work and the university. I have one paper in the particular journal. Initially, I submitted my paper. I don't know that payment is 3.5 lakhs. But finally, I requested that journal, Natural Journal website editor, due to my financial constraint, I'm not in a position to pay the 3.5 lakhs because I am in a government organization. Finally, that editor in chief, they kindly accept my request. They publish my paper in without journal fees. Sometimes you request the journal editor, shelter your financial requirement. They may consider, or they may not consider. But what they finally give tell me that this is the only one paper we give you financial support. Next paper you submit that, you got to pay the 3.5 lakhs. After that, I will never submit my paper into Natural Journal. Sometimes we have to smartly think that what the opportunity is there. As academic people, we have to grab the opportunity. So it's all our hand. How to write a letter, convince the people, we'll tell our financial requirements, and then our research is a good one, is utilized by the society. So these are the blah 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 what you have to mention in the letter. And ask the protection from the people. Maybe it may happen. In my luck, I got it. You may got it or may not be got it. So this is not depends upon time. So it is advisable to publish a multidisciplinary journal. It's most welcome. Nowadays, all the research work people, they expected that they ask that multidisciplinary. Suppose example, fashion textile, fashion civil, fashion B design people, fashion handloom. So the fashion for biotech, fashion with chemical technology. So so that also credit, instead of the fashion design, you apply for the mechanical. Suppose you research in composite. So you made a research on composite. Many mechanical people, they look for the composite area. You submit your paper in the composite journals because there are around 10,000 composite journals are there. When you look at the fashion journal, only 5 is there, but you have wide scope. So sometimes you have to make it that collaborative research means it's helpful for your publication. If you can see my publication, nowadays I change the attitude. I collaborate with civil people, I collaborate with mechanical people, I collaborate with biotech people. So think like that. That's easy to publish. We always focus on textile design means publication is very difficult. So I think most of the question I answered that. I think
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for accepting our invitation and managing your time. It was really a wonderful session, and I think that our young faculty members and the research scholars will highly be benefited by your guidance, and hope that we will have you in future also. Your
Yeah.
guidance is highly
yeah,
appreciated.
my small request is instead of online presentation, I like to come physically because
Thank you so
physically
much,
giving
sir.
a major impact, ma'am. Because online, sometime we'll mute the mic, do some activity, and randomly we come to notice the online. But physical means face-to-face interaction is my personal feeling. I'm not blaming that because as a COVID giving a more helpful for the online presentation. But anyway, face-to-face interaction means I will more deeply to touch the points because in online due to time restriction I got some issues. Anyway, future I will time to university directly we can meet.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And also I thank to Rajiv Kumar, particularly who coordinate very well for the throughout process because due to my commitment I request Rajiv sir, this is my situation. Immediately he will contact you and then you also call me and then you may provide that some questioning. Anyway, thank you for that wonderful opportunity to share my failures.
It's all our pleasure, sir.
Thank you so much, sir.
So here concludes the sessions for day 3. The link of the quiz for day 3 has been posted in the chat box. You are requested to respond to it by the end of the day. Please check it. For day 4, our esteemed speaker, Dr. V. Raman Babu, Head and Associate Professor, Department of Textile Technology, Kumaraguru College of Technology, Chinnavadampatti, Coimbatore. Ms. Nayantara Singh, Assistant Professor, National Institute of Fashion Technology, Bhopal, will be joining us. We shall meet again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Thank you.
Thank you.